Alright, hello. Welcome to the start of playoffs for Season 4. Our first match is going to be a winner's semi-final match between Cylakats and Kathy's Kittens. Should be starting not before too long. I apologize if the music was too loud there. Just caught that. Draft should be starting at 8:40. Believe Cylakats has selected red side for the first game. I know generally it is perceived to be a blue side meta, but Kathy's and Cylakats recently towards the end of the season have begun to greatly favor red side, so no surprise to see that taken away by the side of Cylakats. Hopefully we will get to do a pregame interview here. We will have to see. But in the meantime, I am more than willing to look at these player highlights. First, definitely need to talk about Hangbaba. He didn't play too much during the beginning of the season, but has started popping off like crazy, giving his team a lot of help to kind of close out the season. So much love to him for that. He has played 97 games. If this series goes the distance, 3 games, this will be his 100th Scrim game in the server. Could be pretty cool. 56.7% win rate going in, kind of strong. 3.2 KD is definitely impressive. And 39 champions played is a pretty wide champion pool. Another player to look at is Cylakats, captain of the other team. 42 champs played, 68 games, 54.4% win rate, and a 3.24 KD, so pretty similar to what Hong was rocking. And his most played champions are all over the place. He has Teemo, Echo, Shaco, Kaisa, and Samira. So I think Kaisa and Samira we could see today. The rest of them, probably not so much the AD carry position, although I believe he has played Teemo ADC before, but he's also played Graves ADC, and that did not go so well. So wide variety that could come out from Cylakats, and a bit of a wider champion pool than Hong, although he has played more roles, so that's not super surprising. So it looks like we may have a interview going on. But the key match that I want to look at is Sam S versus Jonah. I believe Sam S is the better performing jungler, although if all Scrims votes are to be believed, he's not. But 4.68 in the jungle is kind of disgusting, and 5.67 KDA in just this matchup. Although Jonah is taking home the lead, 3-1, which I believe is the overall record between these two teams, which actually doesn't seem correct. So I'm sure there's one game in which a flex went on. But I believe Cylakats has won both of their series versus Kathy's Kittens so far, so I am excited.
That's because the second one was a best of one.
Right, so I guess there was a sign-up game also? Or, oh, it was a best of one and the other series went the distance to 3 games. Okay, that makes sense.
Correct.
Okay, that was throwing me off a little bit. I'm glad you figured it out, because I sure wasn't about to. And then the last thing I want to look at before I hop into draft or get an interview, maybe he just wants me to drag him, I don't know. But champions to watch here real quick are the Lilia, which honestly is also something to watch for Jonah. CC has been performing quite well on it top lane. Sam S is Zach, obvious. He's been crazy on it. 8.14 KD across 7 games is nothing to scoff at. Hong's Victor, well known, very well respected, quite good. Will's a bit of a Twitch run trick, was left up in his last series, which allowed his team to clinch 4th place and enter playoff contention. Kathy Soraka is also her best champion. Noam is undefeated on the Seraphine pick. Cylakats, Samira, quite good. Valley just has a huge champ pool. I think that Gragas game was maybe not his greatest champion. He just happened to pop off. Jonas Shyvana's disgusting. I do not expect to see this champion get through ban phase. And Hidiri, I believe, has just played like 1 or 2 games top, so Olaf will be representing him here. I'm just going to drag Valor real quick. Should be a quick interview.
Hello.
All right. Hello.
How's it going?
Good. I need to cut my screen share real quick. I also may have locked people out of my house, so That would be a bit of an oopsie. Let's see. I would get a text if that was the case, right? Certainly. Okay, if you pop on your cam, we should be good.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Oh, I gotta pop out. And then... Okay.
Showing the Discord.
Certainly I'm not doing that. Okay, the doorbell is still going. Oh well, okay, Michael, you interview him. I have scuffed this, hold on.
Okay, well,
What is going on?
well, very exciting. This is a matchup that you guys have won both of the series so far. So it's definitely something where I hope to see a little bit of confidence. Maybe not a Corky. I think the Corky pick in the one game you guys lost was pretty interesting. Do you have any kind of thoughts as to how the matchup is going to play out?
For us versus them, I think it's going to be well, we're going to win. I can give you that now. We're definitely taking it. I'm just wondering where they're going to come with their bans. That's like my biggest thought process right now. Because I think a lot of teams throughout the normal season, we try and touch base and ban, one champion off every person kind of thing, like a little bit here and there. But I feel like in like playoffs, it's gonna be a lot more focus bans, like to one person. So I want to see who they're gonna try and focus out first and see what they can try and deny us in game one. But we'll see.
Yeah, it'll definitely be interesting because there are a lot of strong champions on a lot of different players this series. So it'll be interesting to see, whether it's the Shyvana or the Jinx or Twitch. There's a lot of very strong champions from different players on both sides of the team. So it'll be interesting to see how draft all kind of plays into that and really shapes how this series is going to go.
Yeah, I think another one that you forgot to mention is Noam is still 8-0 on Seraphine, so we could see that come up. We could see the record broken. Who knows? You actually did not get a selection of your opponents. Is Kathy's who you would have chosen to face if you got the choice? Or how do you feel about this team in particular compared to Mima's?
That's actually a hard one. So I think the way that Kathy's have been making their comeback, they are like driven right now, and that's the worst part. Is they probably have taken a lot more time, coming from the beginning of the season to now in playoffs to like really figure out what they need to do, and so they've been learning a lot. So I feel like maybe Kathy's is probably scarier to face, but that I don't want to take from Mima's because they were definitely a competition when we faced them as well.
Yeah, so I believe Kathy's is the 4th seed, and draft is starting basically right now, so I will let you go pretty quickly. I just want to... Any thoughts right before you're getting into the first game?
Let's see if I can pop off.
Let's go. Much respect. All right, he is gone. All right, draft should be starting sometime soon. All things considered, that was probably a minimally scuffed for a Scrim stream. So, chat, or it should be starting at some point. I wonder. I think they're waiting on Hong. So okay, we are getting into draft right now. I'm expecting to see Kathy's ban away. Okay, I wasn't gonna say the Samira, but Seraphine and Shyvana, I'm not expecting to see get through draft. Just because I'm not expecting Kathy's to first pick the Seraphine, it could be a possibility. But Cylakats should be banning Twitch, Victor, and Zach. But they banned Lulu instead. I think Kathy used to be a Lulu one trick, has said that she is not anymore. So I think this does have decreased value in this draft.
It is possible they're also looking for alternative ways of banning out the Twitch, of trying to take away some of those good pairings with it.
Yep. Sejuani's banned? I'm not sure if they misspelled Shyvana or something, but that's kind of wild. The Sejuani ban, I'm not sure who that's targeted to. The champion is a 3-way flex, so it's a good ban. Kindred's taken away instead of Zach. I think that's probably fair. Both of the champions are scary. Hadiri could be a Sejuani player. That could be what I'm missing here. And then Shyvana is the last ban, so they're not letting it through. Wukong is banned. Pretty strong champion. I'm sure Sam could play it if he wanted to. Not sure if he was planning on it. I feel like maybe these teams have done some looking into each other's OPGGs and stuff, more so than I have done, certainly. But they do just leave up the Twitch, which I think is kind of grief, but Silico's just going to ego it. He's giving Will his one trick, and he's just going to pick a counter that he's definitely planned on. Because they knew for sure if they leave up that Twitch in this draft, that they'd lock it in instantly, and this Tristana should be the immediate counter. What worries me is that they're waiting so long to lock it in. It could be somewhat unexpected for them, but it could just be that they want more time to think about what they want to pair it with. This could be a Taric lock-in. I don't want to say what lane this is going into, but it could be for Trist. Probably will be for Trist, but Taric, viable in top lane and jungle. So could be any of those as well. Unless this is just like a meme hover and then it's going to be Nautilus, and that's cringe. Sorry, guys. We're baited into thinking we get Taric, but unfortunately, no such luck. Yep, and then Soraka is going to get locked in. Noam, stop listening to the stream. That's cheater behavior. Get out of here. And then Soraka is going to probably get locked in here. Two very, very comfort champions for both Will and Kathy. Stream is muted. Okay, understandable. I'm expecting to probably see the Zac get picked here just because it's very comfortable for Sam. But they kind of do have to choose between Zac and Victor, because both of those champions are very high prio. The Lilia would also be a good choice. I think any of those champions probably will not make it through the last ban phase if Cylakats so chooses. Looks like the Victor is going to be the one that's locked in. I know Hong has said that Sam really wants him to pick it, so I think that is not super surprising, and it also pairs really well with the Twitch. Both of them are just going to deal a lot of damage in different ways, which kind of complements each other pretty well. I wouldn't expect to see a Lilia denial here, either in the form of an R3 lock-in or a ban. It looks like Valor is going to pick the hard counter matchup into Hong with the Zed. That gives them a lot of attack damage here and not that much ability power, which they're going to have to figure out a way to incorporate that into their jungle and top, which could be difficult if Kathy's uses their bans correctly. I think
we definitely see.
Go ahead.
I think we definitely see in top lane some sort of Sunfire champion here. Unfortunately, we don't get to see Sam Zac. He is very good on it, but I'm sure that from the Cylakats kind of perspective, they're just looking to go and blow someone up. And I think that if they have some sort of engage tank, that would be super helpful. Possibly a Maokai here.
Yeah, I mean, I'd want some sort of tank that also has some AP damage. Maybe like a Malphite and do kind of like a hybrid build. Just because otherwise it could be kind of tough. But they don't really have too many resistance building champions. But anyway, I have talked to Stanley a lot about the Victor Zed matchup, and he seems to think it's not a huge problem. So I wonder if Hong has the same mindset towards it. Pretty sure if you just take Shield Bash and like exhaust, you should just be fine. Because your Q will give you a huge shield and allows you to actually still trade into the Zed pretty well and survive his ultimate. Maokai is denied from Cylakats, which is the team that you wanted to see pick it up, which is kind of interesting.
I guess so. It's possible that they don't really have a good answer to it, and they're trying to reserve something for R5 here for top lane.
Yeah, I mean, you could have also just locked the Maokai immediately and then flexed it jungle or top regardless, but I think they're just more scared of Sam having it than they are themselves wanting to have it. This ban might just roll over. Looks like it's going to be Volibear. I'm expecting to see Lilia here because it'll give them the AP mix that they need, and it's a denial pick from CC, so... And it's basically Jonah's second best champion right after the Shyvana. At least from what we've seen so far, I'm not ruling out the fact that he might have a pocket pick. It's going to be the Nocturne hovered Mumu I like so much better, but they go with the Nocturne. This is 3 AD champions, and this is mega dive. I know that they've probably seen Hong just kind of 1v9 a bunch of games, and they have picked every champion to just eliminate him from contention. The problem is you're basically going to have 3 champions that you need to eliminate, because this is Giga Comfort for all 3 of Kathy's laners, and they have Kathy on a very comfortable champion and Soraka to just keep them alive. So I think this is probably going to be a pretty tough spot to play for Cylakats, giving Kathy's basically everything they want in this draft. Just waiting on the jungle pick here. Some sort of tank would probably be ideal, especially one that's good into AD. Poppy is great here. It shuts down the Trist and the Nautilus. And if you're able to deny the Nocturne ultimate, that's like cherry on top. But it looks like Sam's actually going to opt into the Amumu instead. Also pretty good. The counter engage is a lot easier there compared to the Poppy, because you don't have to predict anything. You can just wait until these champions go in, pop the ultimate, and all of a sudden they're all stunned. And then that gives great setup for Hong, Will, and CC to all just lay down those abilities and just burst them in the counter engage. We have seen Cylakats has them right where they want them. I don't know how I feel about that, especially when they lock in a 4th AD
Lock
champion.
in 0 AP.
Yeah, so Sam can probably just go for a very, very tanky build. Set him up on comfort picks and knock him down. I mean, this is basically just Giga Comfort on Kathy's Kittens side for everyone except Sam S. But it's not like a Mumu is that hard of a champion regardless. Yeah, this is kind of crazy. I was not expecting this many comfort champions to just be handed over. Obviously, it's tough when you have like 5 that you need to ban, but 4 of them were left up. So not sure if the Wukong, Kindred, and Lulu were the right choices, but I guess we'll just have to see how the game plays out, because I do not doubt that Cylakats and Kathy's both spent extensive time researching their enemies to try and figure this one out. I wouldn't be surprised if Jonah actually is flexing top playing the Gangplank. I know he's a big fan of the pick, but I'm not entirely sure if they would do that, considering he is like 2nd team jungle and has improved a lot after switching to that role. So could be interesting.
It'll be interesting. I do think Cylakats, even though they are almost entirely AD, does have a very clear win condition of just hopping onto whoever's the most fed and just blowing them up. And I think the Zed, Tristana, Nocturne, and even the Nautilus too really kind of all fit that same theme. The one issue is if Hang Baba is the one who gets fed, there is a crown that will probably be purchased and a Zanya's, which will deny a lot of that engage. So it'll be interesting to see whether or not they can snowball an early lead from either bot or mid lane to kind of finish the game before it gets to that point where there are so many tools to counter the engage.
I have our caster who will be joining us later has added some commentary, and it is the most fumbled draft of the century from Cylakats. WTF. I am inclined to agree there. They basically just gave Kathy's Kittens everything they wanted and drafted a questionable comp themselves. We could see the AP GP. I think that would be really funny. I don't think that would solve their problems, but it would certainly
that would be.
I would love to see that.
I would love to see APGP too.
Yeah. Here are the past performances on these champions. This is one champion that's been played before from Cylakats. So across the entire team, 1 game. And if you look at the other team, it is that's 24, 34, 43 games. So you have 43 games of experience in scrims versus 1 game of experience in scrim. Keep in mind, this is a win for Silico, but look at these champions on the other team. Like, that is disgusting.
I mean, as far as I'm concerned, Cylakats has a 100% win rate on all of the champions that they have played. So
true.
There is definitely an angle here. I'm not sure if it's a good one, but there is an angle.
Yeah. Okay, gonna look at the champion matchups. There's no data for most of these except for Twitch versus Trist. Tristana has done pretty well in the matchup, which I knew going into this. Silico did have a counter in mind. It's not super surprising that matchup goes that way. Looking at player matchups, no data mid or bot or top lane, so none of the lanes are covered. Noam has a slight win-loss into Kathy, but significantly worse KD. And same with Jonah into Sam. Let's look at the overall records for these champions just to get a good power level of their performance in scrims. Tristana 9 and 18, kind of rough. Twitch 16 and 11, however, pretty good. It does hurt me that Tristana has such a poor win rate, but I will say I don't think I contribute to that. GP is a bit of a menace in this server, although Lilia is like 23 and 11, Victor's 20 and 11. So if these stats are anything to go off of, Kathy's is once again favored looking at this statistic, but if we just look at this season, I think it's more of the same. It actually got better for basically every single champion, except for Soraka on Kathy's side, and worse for all the champions on Cylakats' side. So maybe you want to factor in durability changes for that. Not entirely sure, but just something to note, I guess. We do have about 4 minutes until game start. I think since we generally consider Cylakats the worst draft of these two, what do you think they have to play to secure the dub for themselves on game 1 of the series?
I really think it's just going to need to be winning all lanes. Quite frankly, like there needs to be multiple solo kills or 2v2 kills, as well as having a lot of pressure to invade the Amumu, put the enemy jungler behind, just essentially shut them entirely out of the game. And I think if they do anything short of that, if they're not up like 3,000 gold by 15 minutes, the game is just over. I think they definitely need to capitalize on a super early lead. I do think they have the tools to do it. GP could be, if you start landing barrels, deals a lot of damage. If Nautilus hooks either Twitch or Soraka, it could definitely be a kill. And Zed always has, solo kill pressure. Once he gets that 1,100 gold serrated Dirk full build. But it's definitely going to be difficult for them to actually take that any lead that they get and convert it into a win with the comp that they've kind of drafted themselves into.
Yeah, I mean, as much as I don't like GP in the sense of it's another AD champion and they can probably just armor stack on the other team, it is a good pick in the sense that it's like a good game for GP because he has a lot of immobile carries on the other side. Lily is basically the only one that's going to be hard for him to hit. Soraka, Twitch, Victor are all going to be very juicy one-shot targets if he's able to kind of position in fights correctly and get that damage down. The issue is they do need to have that lead that you were talking about earlier because GP needs to have a lot of like kind of pressure from his team to get the barrel chain set up correctly. And also I just feel like scaling vastly favors Kathy's. So normally GP can kind of come online and help with his scaling team, but Zed, Nocturne, and Nautilus kind of fall off after the mid game. And Trist is definitely not the greatest scaling AD carry, although she does have that like extra range advantage in her passive.
I do have to say, especially on the Trist, it's kind of like a bait that she's a scaling ADC, because a lot of times if you can get, like we were talking about, that super early like lane pressure and get a lot of kills in lane to get super ahead, there is definitely the ability to convert and just jump on the Twitch every time you see him. However, if they do start to go even and she jumps in, suddenly either Twitch or Soraka will probably bring exhaust, and then Twitch can just R and blow up the Tristana before she can really do anything back. So I think it's definitely a snowball oriented champ, especially into the Victor and Twitch, both two champions that super outrange her. But I do think if they are able to kind of do a super big early game lead, that's the only way they can really make it through this game.
Yeah, I think the one thing that could be a bit of a wild card here is I know Will has just played an obscene amount of Twitch, so he generally doesn't find the standard Twitch build very fun. I will say it could be the best build in this game by far, considering your team's basically only AD damage, so having as much of that as possible would be nice. But we might see something kind of weird. Notably, they don't have really any tanks on the other team except for Nautilus, so I think him not having as much damage wouldn't be the worst thing in the world, or just even more AP damage, because it would be hard for the other team to itemize, but we really don't know what build he's going to go for, so that could be a bit of an interesting thing about this game. Just to check on the mastery points, he does have 773,000, so, you know, when I say he's played a bit of Twitch, he's played a bit of Twitch.
I would personally love to see the 98 tech out of Twitch this game, going for like a Runon's Titanic. That way you can deny them the one shot, but let's see how it goes.
Yeah, I do have text confirmation from him for which build he's going. I'm not going to leak it. We will just have to find out. It is completely unrelated to the stuff I was saying earlier. I was going to say that anyway. It looks like we are seeing a bit of an invade strategy going on here, but considering Sam's positioning, I don't think that they're going to catch anyone out here. They do have the Vancouver Amumu. CC is in a bit of a bad position though, and the other team does not have vision of this invade. Flashes but gets caught by the Nautilus hook anyway, and here is a 600 gold lead at the beginning of the game. We have a neat typed in all chat. Hopefully this does not represent any tilt that might last through the whole series. No one thinking that he was able to save Flash during that invade, but this definitely gets the team that needs to snowball off to a solid start, putting them in a pretty good position.
Absolutely, and I think it definitely is helpful on the Zed, because now you don't even need to wait for a first back to get that extra AD. So there might be even more, well, there definitely will be more solo kill pressure in the mid lane too.
Yep. A nice ward placed by Cathy's in kind of retaliation to the invade. So they are getting confirmation that Nocturne's starting on his bot side. That isn't really going to do too much, but it's kind of the best you can get given the situation.
It is also interesting. I believe it is the... Oh, we have a hook landed already.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be tough for Triss to really go in and do anything before level 2. She did start Rocket Jump instead of Explosive Charge, so it should be harder for her to shove out the wave, but the melee versus range support advantage is actually going to kind of cancel that out. So now Cylakats has hit level 2, has both of those abilities, and can go for an all-in. Hidiri trading pretty well on the top side of the map, gets Crisp quite low.
It is also interesting. We see the grass GP instead of the first strike, which is something that it's kind of dealer's choice on that one. But he will definitely be tankier in the late game, although he won't be as accelerated from the extra first strike gold.
Yeah, I mean, considering we want, or at least Cylakats wants their team to be more early focused, Grasp is much better for the laning phase and early for GP. So it's not super surprising to see that rune choice, and it makes it a lot easier to get that 3 winning lane mark that you were looking for. Noam, a very roam heavy player, is looking for this mid lane gank at 3 minutes. Should be able to hit this. Flashes, ends up missing the Q, but roots Hong. Hong does not choose to flash early enough, but it looks like he is able to survive by burning both summoner spells. Valor could just look for a Q, but I believe his cooldowns are not up, because Zed has some pretty bad cooldowns earlier in the game. Jonah's going for an invade here. Should at least be able to secure the Gromp. Yep, smites it away. 8 CS lead at 4 minutes.
This is exactly what we wanted to see, right? Very strong lanes being able to generate pressure, to pressure the Amumu and stop him from getting, the full clear that he wants to get. It is also interesting, some of the runes that they decided to take. The Victor with the first strike, I like to see. He also took Scorch. This might be a way of trying to deter the all-in from Zed by just dealing enough damage that if he does go in, he can get a 1-for-1 under the turret. And as we saw there, Victor was just able to clear the wave, and Zed wasn't able to convert that early roam into anything bigger than just sums.
For what it's worth, has dealt about 100 extra damage so far. For those Scorch haters, I feel like that is a pretty good value, but I don't know. It is what it is. Believe Cylakats is winning in CS across the map, but that's not super surprising. They do have 3 winning lanes, but I don't think it's honestly too bad of a spot for Cathy's either, especially considering they're going to want to look to scale anyway, but the over 1,000 gold lead at this point is pretty not good for Cathy's. Alright, Noam going in again, but the Amumu's here to counter. This is a lot of damage and a silence down. Silco is hit with the exhaust. Sam continues to go in. Is hit with the explosive charge, taking a lot of damage, but this should just be a stun lockdown onto Noam. Fight is continuing up top, but let's stay down here in the bot lane, and it looks like Cathy should just be able to get out here. Silico did drop pretty low, but it's ultimately not going to fall down. So Cathy's just able to pick up the 1 kill onto the Twitch, which is exactly who you want to get snowballing in that scenario. CC's dropped quite low to Hidiri, but I believe Hidiri will not have kill threat here.
It was also interesting there. You definitely see the difference between Hail of Blades and Lethal Tempo and Tristana there. Tristana was able to get the explosive charge off onto Amumu, but after that, most of the damage was already done because they no longer had the increased attack
Hong
speed.
should just be dead here. Is looking to get the return kill onto Valor as he has his ultimate and Valor does not, but the GP ult is able to kind of position Victor and allows Valor to escape. I think it's kind of unfortunate for Cylakats that the kill did go to the Nautilus, but there's no way Zed was picking it up, so you just gotta make do with what you can get. And this should guarantee the first Drake for Cylakats.
I definitely think if we roll a pretty strong Drake, and Cylakats are able to continue this early pressure that they have, it is definitely within the realm of reason that they do pick up this win, but it is going to need to be a continuous pressure throughout the game. If they ever stop, they start to lose.
Yeah, good flash by Will there, keeping himself alive. Definitely had to do that. Noam's playing really well with these X flashes. Glacial Augment gets a lot of value too, because it kind of forces them to flash out of the slow zones. Yeah, Noam's just continuing to pressure this bot lane. Hex Flash Q should be able to hit the Soraka here. Picks her up, and Tristana's just going in. The Silence Zone puts Triss in a bad spot. Unfortunately for Cathy, Triss is to be able to walk just out of tower range. So I believe he's able to just survive.
That is AD Twitch passive damage for you, doing absolutely nothing. Very exciting.
I mean, that was really close for Silico. If that was calculated, it was very impressive. Hidiri is getting a lot of work done in the top lane, but actually did get tagged by the tower, so probably not going to be able to dive here. Yeah, this area is actually shadow. Yeah, so all of this is control warded, so Gnome's real flash is back up, but that means that Teddy's flash is also back up because they traded them earlier. Hong should just be able to survive here and gets a lot of damage in return. The Amumu might be able to pick something up, but actually Hong just does not respect the set at all and just gets killed.
This is absolutely what we needed to see from Cylakats, though, and I definitely think we have a game on our hands.
Yep.
Lilia with no mana, though.
Yeah, and even if she did have enough for ulti, the Gangplank can just eat the orange and cleanse it. So, I assume that's at least part of the reason this matchup was picked.
The GP up 30 CS and now being able to force the Lilia out with the TP advantage. Is continuing to snowball top lane, getting 2 full plates.
Yep. Valor has purchased the 2 spiky swords, Hex Drinker and Serrated Dirk are picked up. This is that Lilia ulti from very far away. Hidiri doesn't even need to orange it. I think it was kind of just a flex, like I hit you with the bowling ball all the way down the lane, but not sure what other value it's getting. Will has picked up plated steel caps and a Tiamat. So I believe we're probably going to see a nope, that's not what it's called. Titanic Hydra Rush. Hong might be able to pick up a kill onto Jonah here. Yep, gifted right over to the Victor. Something that Valor's caught out, but he should just be able to get away. A Mumu ultimate is not available, so they probably should not have the kill pressure here. A Lilia snowball comes in huge though. Noah might fall here. Yep. GP and Zed ulti are blown, but Valor's just going to get stunned up, but does fall to the GP. So that is going to be a 2-for-1 in favor of Kathy's. Good for them, but ultimately not great, as they are still down 3,000 gold before 15 minutes, which is the break point at which you wanted them to have it.
Absolutely, and I definitely think it's on the people you want it to have it. You want to have the gold on. The Nocturne isn't really something that's super impactful late game, but as you can see, the R here is able just to get a solo kill onto Teddy. Again, this is exactly what we want to see from them, being able to continuously force this pressure and stop them from really getting back into the game.
Yeah, 3 steel caps are picked up in total here. The value is absolutely immense. Every single champion on the other team is going to be auto-attacking you. So the hope is still just on Cylakats' side that they're able to snowball the game fast enough that these itemization purposes or purchases that should just neutralize their comp will not be able to do so.
And it looks like we might actually see steel caps out of Victor too, as there's another cloth armor in addition to the Seekers. So it's possible that we see an extremely defensive build from the Victor to try to stop all of that engage.
Yeah, I wouldn't be too surprised. I also think you're right about the crown. I think it will be quite hard for him to get blown up, but itemizing too much into these defensive items early can delay your important damage power spikes, which can make teamfighting hard. That is a lot of gold over to the GP for securing first turret here. Sam is here to follow up. The sleep is orange, but Hidiri just gets a kill. Amumu should be able to finish this one off, though. Grasp will heal, but not enough. So that's a 1-for-1 traded over, but that's enough gold onto the GP that I think it's well worth it. And this is going to be another dragon secured by the Cylakats, as well as a Rift Herald drop to try and destroy the mid lane.
And speaking of early damage spikes, GP already with the Essence Reaver and now a Serrated Dirk. I would love to see that into a Prowler's Claw or Duskblade.
That's what it's going to be, because he's already bought 2 more longswords.
It is going to be a nightmare on Kathy's to try to deal with this, especially now that they have so much pressure. A lot of times on GP, if your enemies can kind of just walk up to you and then hit your barrels in your face, it's pretty bad. But if they're trying to dodge everything else and then the barrel's the thing that's one-shots them from across the screen without them even realizing it, it's much more difficult to play into the GP.
Yeah, Silico kind of wants to go for this, it seems like, but thinks about it again and chooses not to. Had no clue who else is there backing up the Amumu. Map is kind of been split open, especially if Valor's able to get this mid turret before too long. Makes it a lot harder for Kathy to safely farm. Exhausts, I believe, are traded here. The Soraka ult keeps them alive, but Twitch shouldn't be able to pick up anything here. And Sam has no ultimate. Yep, really good buster shot there. Sam gets some
good
damage,
spell
but it's
shield
just
from
not
Nocturne
enough.
too.
Yep. Yeah, if Gathies was any less far behind, that would have been a crazy play. Sam is tanking here, but he can't do the same stuff he does on Zac, where he can just get out. Oh, and that's a double kill for Noam, I think. Or I think one went over to someone else, but... Yeah, it felt like Sam was used to his dives on Zac, where he has the passive to bail him out, but unfortunately Tower just ramps there and takes out him and Will both.
Valor looking for the all-in, but again, Victor has steel caps and Seekers. I don't think he can really do anything now. He definitely does provide value in stopping that, but in stopping those early spikes by forcing him to build defensively. But it's definitely doesn't
Adiri
really feel
flashes and just picks this up. Fortunately for CC, that does not put Lilia ult on cooldown, even though it was cast. CC is going for a tank mythic here. It looks like the Bammies is selected. Not typical for Lilia, but I believe when she was first released, that's what people thought she was going to go. So I guess there's some merit to it.
And double flash is blown out of the mid lane too. I think that definitely favors the Zed, and Nocturne is going in onto Teddy again. This is exactly what we want to see, just full forcing mid to try to get more advantages to snowball their early lead.
Yeah, honestly, it just feels like, I mean, this fight, Will should just get blown up, is not able to pick anything up in return. Sam flashes to pick up a kill, but that's a kill going into the Amumu. It does not have as much value as a kill onto the Twitch or Victor would have had. I think the decision for all of the members of Cathy's to itemize for tank here is kind of just nerfing all their damage so they can't even do anything in retaliation. Because all they're trying to do is just resist the assassination, but they're far enough behind that they don't have the chance to pop someone in counter in claim shutdowns. Blake is mentioning in general chat that he thinks every member of their team is sitting in builds, and that's exactly what I was thinking. So I think a bit too much defensive itemization can definitely hurt you. Especially when the other team is so far ahead that even though you're building tank stats, they're still dealing a lot of damage to you. Hong is sitting at about 180 total hex bits, about to get his second ability evolve, which is not a great spot to be in for Victor at 16 minutes.
It does look like Victor's actually going to go Ludens here too, which is interesting into already double hex drinkers and possible more MR on the way. I don't think that Ludens is really what you want to go here. I think that crown has so much value.
Yeah, it looks like, I guess both Victor and Twitch are kind of pivoting into more damage builds, going for the immediate Ludens, and Will's going for the Runans first instead of completing the Titanic Hydra is giving them some value, but I don't know. Might be too little too late at this point. And Valor's looking to just pick off the Twitch, but Lilia walks right into him. He's not going to be able to burst the Lilia with his tank stats. The Drowsy comes down. I don't know if Sam should take this. Goes under tower, hits a double stun, but Valor can just ult out of this, dodges everything. Soraka ult comes down, tries to keep him alive, but that's so much damage from the GP. Adiri getting a lot done here. And this should just be a 4 for 0 for the side of Cylakats. If they want to greed, they should be able to pick up the Lilia too. Silica's just going to hammer down this tower, opening up the map even farther for his team that's already quite ahead.
And already we have a 9.5k gold lead at 17 minutes. This is definitely well ahead of the 3k by 15 that I was talking about. So I think they are definitely in a really good spot. It is possible, though, this game is definitely still losable. If they do start, if Cathy's is able to hit their mythics, and Amumu can get a good engage and a good sleep from the Lilia, it is possible that they are able to lose this game.
Yeah, I mean, I would agree with you, but I honestly just think the lack of damage on the team makes that not true. Victor spent about 2,000 gold on defensive items, same with Twitch, and Lilia has spent significantly more than that. So they're just kind of missing the damage that they'll need. They might be able to get a kill on the GP, but look at how much damage he's doing. Silco's going in, the explosive charge is stacked up a little bit, but shouldn't take a significant chunk away from Hong. This is a decent position for Cathy's to be in, but unfortunately for them, there's no real objectives that you can contest at this point, because they have no Baron pressure. Silico should just be able to burst Soraka here. Hops over the zone, flashes over the wall to secure the auto attack. Silico is just going to reset on Will, hoping to get this, but I think he overstepped a little bit. But the Zed is zoning Will off, so there's no chance of him getting anything here. Noam should be able to just pick this kill up, though. Or Valor, or just any of them, really. They choose to play it safe, pop the Herald, and just look to open up this lane even more than it already was.
Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
GP ulti
Using-
saves mid turret there. Victor for sure would have taken that.
Absolutely. And we see another Dirk and 2 crit cloaks from the GP. This is probably going to be Collector IE, I would assume, are those 2 crit cloaks. Meaning that there is actually no LDR in sight. But it will be interesting to see how the GP damage falls off without... Oh, the Prowlers cancel on the plant there.
Yeah, Sam gets a lot of value there, but again, like, they just don't have enough damage to burn people, and Cylakats able to just light up Will, despite the extra health that he's purchased. Paranoia is dropped, goes right onto the Lilia, but that was not the right target. Does not seem
They
to matter
do
though.
blow up
Silico
the
picks up
Soraka.
another one. And Hong is just going to fall to Silico here as well. This is so many kills for Cylakats here. Silico is just going to die to tower here, but is able to pick up one last kill before he falls. This is 3 members of Cylakats trying to see if they can end the game, but I think Jonah's dead here also, but it is an execute. Hidiri almost falls, but Will's just going to be able to pick that one up. That should be a shutdown, and let's see if Will be able to kill the Nautilus. It's going to be tough, but waits as close as he can get and might be able to pick this one up, but it's just hard. He just does not have that much damage at this point. And here is the profited Teddy Paws. His food is here. Kind of tragic. Yeah, I mean, I think this game's pretty much over. 13,000 gold at 21 minutes is basically ridiculous. I don't really know if you have a way to come back from this. In chat, bros timing WTF LMAO. True. Did pause during the epic chase down between Will and Noam. Not really much else to talk about. Tristana and Zed will not be up in time to save Noam here, so it's just a question of can Noam get out himself. Will does have the exhaust available if he so chooses, but again, I really don't think the Tiamat Runans is going to do enough damage to shred him down too quickly. Can I look at item stats while we're paused? Yes, okay. Lilia has dealt 69 damage to champions.
Let's go!
Thornmail has gotten nothing for Amumu. It was probably just completed though. Amumu has dealt 660. Ludens has dealt 319. There's no stats on any of Twitch's items. Total healing done by Moonstone 240. Bonus healing shielding is 23. A lot of defensive stats from Locket here. Kraken's dealt an additional 1.1 thousand for Tristana. Shielded damage 400 on Eclipse, 250 dealt. 600 damage to champions from Stridebreaker for Jonah. Not too much damage from Prowlers, but you're not really buying Prowlers on GP to Prowlers people. The lethality is what you want. And then damage dealt to champions 867 and mana restored 583. That's kind of gross. But yeah, I mean, not much to talk about here. Builds for Cylakats are all looking pretty solid. It's looking a bit rough for Kathy's. I think when Cylakats all gets up, they should be able to just force a Baron and end off of that. But we will see. Looking at summoner spells, 2 exhausts, a heal are available for Cathy's, and Flash Ignite on Zed, as well as GP Teleport. That Ignite is going to guarantee that whoever he chooses to kill is just gone. I guess interesting to note is GP Ultimate is up, so he could just pop it off spawn if this fight goes on long enough. I don't know. Mason, are you here? Are you watching on the phone?
I'm here. What's up? What's up?
Okay, can you take over the cast? My throat is dead.
Yeah, I got you. I got you. Give me 1 second. I mean, there's not much to really talk about right now, right? There's a pause going on. I'm also in a league game, so I might be doing a little bit of what they call the multitasking. But from the game so far that I was watching, I feel like Cylakats had a lot more draft options than the way they chose to play it, but I feel like they are immensely skill checking their opponent right now. I think Cathy's is kind of failing it, right? Like, I think itemization from the side of Cathy's has been kind of dog shit, to be completely honest. Like, why are you building Frostfire on Lilia? Honestly, it's so bad. I know Blake was talking about Turbo Chemtank in the fucking Twitch chat, but I'd say Frostfire is at least usable on Lilia. Like, Turbo has 0 fucking value on that character. You do no damage with the passive ever. I think Sam S has shown that he is the capable tank jungler that he has always been, due to like always looking for the engage. I think he's played it pretty well so far, but there's not only so much he can do on the Amumu champion. I feel like the Rune's Titanic build here on Twitch is probably a little suboptimal. I don't play enough Twitch to know that one, but it's kind of unfortunate.
I think, what would you want to see differently from Cathy's going into game 2?
I personally would prefer. I think they actually did pretty solid in terms of draft. Like, just for themselves, like, they got a lot of their comfort. They just got skill checked in a lot of ways, and Cylakats is kind of just showing their prowess as a team. I think maybe play more towards the bot side from Sam S. Like, I feel like you got the Twitch comfort pick. You should be able to like snowball the bot lane, get a lot of dragon control. You have your mid laner constantly roaming. Or you should have your mid laner try to like group up with your jungler and 2v2. I feel like Victor Amumu, while their 2v2 isn't the best, it's just sort of, it's kind of like the only game plan you got.
Yeah, I mean, I think from Cathy's, in my opinion, I just want to see more confidence. They got picks that they should be comfortable on, and instead of just kind of playing them how they normally would, and taking advantage.
Yeah, they got ego
comfort,
checked. Like, absolutely ego checked.
Yeah, I mean, they just kind of turtle locked defensive items, and it's just kind of went downhill for them. I'm going to flame Teddy for delaying the game so long. We're losing viewers. Do stick around. He should be back soon. But
yeah, this is the patented DoorDash pause. But
yeah.
Teddy is not as fast as I am on the DoorDash pause.
We should
so
like
he's a bit of a bozo for that one.
His is Uber Eats, so that makes it worse, right?
Oh, okay, okay.
We
He's
can,
using a
we
suboptimal
can agree
system.
that's the worst one, like, of the
Agreed.
3. Okay.
No, of course, of course. Bro, this motherfucker eating his food? True, on God. I have the common courtesy to just go get my food and still play the game, but this motherfucker just eating his whole ass meal instead of coming back to play his League of Legends game. I hate this man.
God. Yeah, I mean, we should probably get like sponsored at this point, right? Like,
True.
DoorDash, Grubhub, which one are we going for? I know Grubhub already sponsors LCS, so they're our competition.
Yeah, we'll do the DoorDash.
Okay, wait.
We're budget. We're
back,
budget. LCS. DoorDash is basically budget Grubhub,
Yeah.
so it's fine.
So you get to watch this part of this chase again. Twitch kind of running him down, and I believe.
But he does peanut damage because of his build. It's kind of
unfortunate.
unfortunate.
Pause is gonna hit right now. Is when the pause happened, and I'm still
just
getting
a
gapped.
quick stutter.
Certainly, they did not pause the game again.
I mean, it would be funny.
Okay, here we go.
Grubhub is budget DoorDash. I mean, true, but one of them sponsors the LCS, so I'm gonna say one of the other one is budget. You know.
Yep. For some reason, scoreboard's just gone for me. Here we go. Okay. Finally, League is working.
Nautilus makes it out. Believe it or not, the
I
Twitch dealing
wasted
no
7
damage.
minutes on that. Oh my lord.
I did say I wanted to see a Titanic Runons this game, but that was probably after the Kraken Slayer
Yeah.
for the early damage. But
Like, just build a fucking damage mythic, please, man. You cannot be this fucking scared on Twitch.
See,
You have a rocket in
Grubhub-
your pocket, and you have a Mumu for peel. Like, surely we can play a little more aggressive than this, man. Like,
I mean, Grubhub maybe a bunch of DoorDash, but they give you the 1 year of free premium with Prime or something, right? So that makes it good.
true. I mean, honestly, I also wanted to talk about Cylakats draft. I feel like they even gave Kathy like a lot of leeway in draft. Like, in my opinion, the second
Good
round of
triple barrel there.
bans, I would have gone for like the Lilia pick over the Nocturne pick, just because like it denies a pick from Kathy's. It's super valuable in terms of the AP damage that you want.
he's
And a
solo
bunch of other
sleep.
stuff. I know Dean already talked about this, but
Yeah, I mean, I'm tempted to call that one a 2-man sleep because they slept the Nautilus and now I'm asleep too. So
sure.
CC's just dead. That's another kill over to Silico. This game is just like done and dusted at this point. Like,
Yeah, I
Hard
think
to over.
Cylakats is just going through the motions of closing out the game. So
Valor might not be able to pick up Kathy here. Oh nope, she's dead, and Valor has flash, so he's just out. As Infernal Soul. Oh, they're pathing to Baron. Certainly not. Certainly just walk at them and end the game, right?
you know, it's funny. I will say, going for Dragon instead of Baron, or not going for the Baron, or going for the end instead of, or not going for the end and going for Baron.
You got
Maybe a few
there
tries, but we
eventually.
got there, baby.
Oh my god.
He's going Frozen Heart after this. Lilia just never wants to do anything. What is going on? Surely not, man.
I mean, Demonic Embrace would have added value because of the extra health you built, so that's all.
Yeah, like, why would you do that?
I don't know.
Frozen is a good item. Do not get me wrong, but I
fine,
feel like
it's
you are sabotaging so much of your damage as Lilia. Like, you do have like a lot of kill threat on Lilia if you go these AP items, and it just has a lot of value in these extended fights.
Yeah, I mean, maybe their hope is that like if they build enough resistances, they can just like stand in a line in front of their Nexus, and the other team won't be able to kill them.
True.
I mean, it could work if like
Yeah, sure.
Valor unplugs his keyboard.
I think it would take more than Valor unplugging his keyboard.
Oh, true. He could still right click. You're right. You're right.
I think even, especially Silico, has kind of been the unsung hero, just constantly Goomba stomping on the enemies, picking up the resets.
Yeah. Let's play a game called Count the Damage Items on the side of Kathy's Kittens. Because I see 2.
I think it's a little generous to call Runeans a damage item. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, I think if you take half of Zonia's, half of Runan's, Silico should just be bursted here. Well played by Sam. Jonah gets on the back, tries to go for Hong,
Yeah,
but the
Jonah's
GP
going
ultimate's
for
getting
the
a
ult.
lot of value on the backside, and Valor's just going to pick up the Soraka again. It's just over. Jonah might get out here. The Lilia Wilting Lullaby, whatever it's called, is still here. Sleeps to Deary, but oh, no orange available. But he might just be able to get out with Flash. Hong should just pick this up, though. And this is more kills, but Valor is just going to be solo pushing down bot side. I don't know. Maybe there was merit in getting the Baron, because they weren't able to end even with the Baron. I don't know.
I think they just need to play patiently here, right? They have the Infernal Soul, they have Baron. There's no need to try to force something onto 4 as solo Nocturne. You did pick up the Soraka, but that's definitely not worth for losing 2 of your main carries and giving over even more shutdown gold.
Yeah, I mean, Shadowflame basically picked up for Victor after that fight, which is pretty nice, but I don't know if it's enough to really get anything done. The gold lead is still at about, like, 14,000, which is kind of ridiculous, so... Sam is pinging this Elder Dragon, spawning in 3 minutes. We'll say Sam has played this game really well. There's not much he really can do overall, but if he's able to get an Elder flip or something, that could be pretty cool, but I doubt Cylakats is going to try and risk that with the position they're in. Should just be able to end before that even spawns. really good triple valor from Hidiri. He has ultimate, does not even need it, just walks at Lilia. Did not have to burn Prowlers either. Top gap or something.
I do actually really like to see Hidiri on this gangplank here, especially in scrims. We haven't really seen him on anything other than Maokai jungle.
Yeah, that's our champion. Hold on, we're not slandering the skill cap of
okay,
Maokai.
No.
he has played
I'm
like,
joking, by the way.
he's played like 5 or 6 tanks and then Lulu. Olaf might not count as a tank, but I'm gonna say he's a tank. But
That's so slanderous. Olaf takes a lot more skill than the average tank. I'm not gonna lie.
right, I mean that's why
I'll
I
stand
gave
by
the little, you know, side note.
No. This is slanderous towards Olaf players. Could not be.
And we see the Bobbies come out from Twitch. Just what we
Surely not. Surely not, man. Surely we can find a damage item from Boris, bro. Come on, man. You can do it, Kathy's Kittens. I believe.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't think I knew that when GP crits his barrels, it says he does 2 damage to them. That's kind of funny. Jonah going on the backline again, focuses down this rock, but I don't think you're going to be able to kill her, but the GP ult might. And now Valor's definitely going to pick her up on the backline. The Lilting Lullaby was huge, though. That's 3 kills for Kathy's. And Hong might be able to pick up Valor as well. Hidiri falls low, but is able to pick up 1 more kill in return onto the Amumu. Hong going crazy, exhaust Valor under tower, and they're going to pick up a... not a clean ace, but you only dropped your jungle support, and that's a triple kill for Will. I guess he's going to complete the tank mythic at this point. And the Elder is just spawning right now. Hidiri has no TP, so won't be able to be there. It's going to be tight for Valor to get there, and Sam should be able to get there in time. So that's actually way spicier than you think it would be. And Frostfire Gauntlet is completed for Twitch. This game just got actually a lot more interesting than it was.
The defensive items paying off a lot in the base. Just as like being unkillable does help in that situation for like being able to survive. They're all in engage under like towers and stuff.
So you're saying
it was useful for once,
yeah,
but
you're saying my wall of 5 guys in base strategy is like legit, and I wasn't trolling?
yeah, we'll say that. We'll be generous today.
Can't tell if I was saying that or not, but apparently someone in chat is beating the crap out of Valor's monitor, or asking Valor's brother to do so, I think is the take here.
Closing the 15k gold difference. Unironically, we did agree that the scaling was a lot better on the side of Kathy's Kittens, correct? So.
Their team comp is just like way much better. Sam gets chunked there by a lot, but Soraka's able to just keep him alive, and that's where the scaling comes in. Nautilus could never heal his team for that. CC takes like 0 like peanut damage. Sam goes in a bit early though. Is probably just going to get knocked before he has smite available. But this engage could be enough for them to get something out. Victor ulti 1 tick away from killing Hidiri, is actually able to pick it up. Lilting Lullaby comes in huge. Jonah's low on the front line, takes a lot of damage, and should just get picked up by the Lilia, even though she does not that much. Will stays alive like crazy. Valor gets the ult down, but isn't able to pick up the kill. Valor should just die to Lilia here. Yeah, oh, Twitch Poison actually picks it up. Jonah's so low on the back here, but Tristana's just going to look to take the base. I wonder if they're going to spot in time to back. It looks like Teddy has, and is going to try and stop it. Jonah could still flip a steal here. It looks like the Lilia TP is coming through. Jonah is low on the backline. Will should just be able to gun him down. And is the Soraka Twitch combo able to pick this up? It looks like Tristana is going to maybe just try and go reset on them, because they are quite low. They walk onto a ward. Silico should just pop this. Kills Kathy, and should be able to light up Will as well. Well done. Heads up play by Silico. But now
that's my go ADC, by the way.
For Jonah, so they could
try
and force
did Silico get MVP?
No, that was me.
Okay, that's slanderous, for real.
Okay, Mason,
oh God,
it's
no
less,
Viking.
It's less slanderous than you getting first, which you'd agree with.
That's true. I will agree. I will agree. I did do a little thievery on that first place MVP for jungle. A little bit of highway robbery, you know.
This is definitely the spiciest 15k gold lead that I've seen, though. This is
like
quite the back and forth game.
Kathy's have scaled up. Like they're doing their team fight win condition very well, at the very least.
Yeah, I was not expecting this game to have me on the edge. I think Twitch is itemizing towards Death Stance, although just sold it for the Elixir of Iron and popped it. No. Elixir of Iron is probably on Twitch now. No, I think it is the Death Stance. Just wanted to sell the Longsword to have enough for the elixir, which honestly, hype. Jonah, being the elixir gamer on the other team, has not bought it yet this game, despite having bought 2 of them in the previous game. Kathy a bit out of position here, takes so much damage from GP ultimate. That might as well just take her out of the fight. Anyone can get on the backline and deal enough damage to her. Has to position really well for the rest of this play. And now GP ultimate just takes her out. That's just a solo kill from Hidiri onto Soraka, and that should just doom them. They have no vision here, but Will's going to look for a steal, but he's all by himself, and they have to base to defend against the Zed. And that should just be the game.
Okay, they have managed to not throw their 15k gold lead. Thank you, Cylakats.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie, I think that game was like giga saved by Hidiri's play there. One-shotting the Soraka was all they needed to secure their team fight victory at the end.
Super clutch GP performance as well. Definitely MVP in my book for this game.
Yeah. I mean,
Valor also in very close contention as well.
Yeah, I was going to think that, but the way that the late game played out, you have to give it to Hidiri.
Yeah, the GP play was really clean. Making sure he can always one-shot the Soraka. I think that was the game plan with the GP pick, right? So I feel like they played to the execution very well, IMO.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think given how this part of the game is going, I don't expect Kathy's Spirits to be too far down. Silica is just going to burst the Nexus, though. Does not want any risk of losing this. But I think this is going to make for an interesting series. Looked like a slaughter, but if Kathy's plays late game this well, it's going to be really tough for Cylakats to get easy wins without trying to do some aggressive early game strat like this.
Alright, I'm excited for the next draft as well. Should be a lot of fun.
Yep. Can you kind of poll the audience and see if anyone would like to... Or actually, we are not going to do interviews mid-series. That is demonic behavior. I've not supported this in the past. I'm not about to switch on my morals here, but...
Well, I like interviews mid-series. That shit's so fun. What?
Yeah, it's fun for you, not for your teammates.
Ow.
But anyway, I feel like Sam played that game really well. Kind of allowed his team to get back into the game a little bit, but unfortunately it was not enough for them this game. Every member
His
of
tank
Cylakats
play is just so
looked
consistent.
really
I
clean,
love
though.
seeing this man on tanks all the time. And probably just like also scales over from his time of support, right?
Yep.
Like he knows how to buy time for his 80 carries, knows when to engage, and a bunch of other stuff that is very key to like playing these jungle tanks that he's very skilled at. Although I don't think it's allowing them to close out games. They have had issues closing out the games because his carries simply cannot step up to the plate and get them over the line. So I personally would like to see him more of like a bruiser hybrid champion where he can like still do those kind of things, but still be outputting a lot more damage and potentially swinging the fight in his favors a little more.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Cylakats feels very, very comfortable going into the next game because they just beat like Giga Comfort. Like, if you're able to win this game, that makes you feel insanely good. But that does mean that if Kathy's grits their teeth in fights,
draft too, right?
Right. But if Kathy's grits their teeth and Cylakats is a bit cocky, we could see a game just ripped away from their hands and then intense game 3 going on. So we'll kind of have to see how that
would be
goes.
pretty hype.
Yeah.
That game was so fucking close.
For 15k gold lead, yeah, a little bit.
my
That's what
God.
happens when you lock in Zed, though. I'm kind of not a good
3
champion.
dragons taken. They take Soul. They rotate to Baron. I was like, oh, Cylakats has it in the bag. I see everybody on Kathy's stacking armor. I'm like, that's an interesting thought. And then they successfully defend the inhibitors, and I'm like, holy, it's a game.
Well, we would know when draft is starting. We are still waiting on Kathy's Kittens to give side select, and then it should be 5 minutes after that. They are going to take red side here, so we're going to see a flip of the sides. Rosters should stay the same, unless we could see the Joey sub. I heard that might be in the books, but I don't think he's back from work yet. Okay, so we are seeing Joey in for Hidiri. Hidiri kind of smurfed this game, so I don't think this is like a huge upgrade or anything. just in
What do you
terms
mean, dude?
of
That's
this.
your
No,
that's
no,
your
no.
all pro
In
top
terms
laner.
of single performance from Hidiri, I don't know if Joey's going to play much better than that, but
I agree.
you can expect it. Whereas with Hidiri, we kind of didn't know what we were going to get, is my take. I don't know. What adaptations are you expecting to see in draft now that Joey's in?
I don't think anything changes really from Kathy's. I feel like if they run that draft back again, but play a little bit differently, I feel like it goes fine.
So you think they leave
I
out the
feel like
set?
I think so. Honestly,
Okay.
like who is the top laner for Kathy's again?
CZ? Or Chris?
I feel like they have a decent champion pool for playing into both Set and Ornn in the Lilia.
Fair.
I feel like Cylakats might try to take out the Lilia early. Just because like that champion sort of counters all of Joey's champions like 100%, right?
Yep. All right,
And
I
then
will
there's
pull up the new
they
graphics
choose
for you.
red side for the side of Kathy's Kittens.
Yeah,
That's
I mean,
interesting.
both of them have been choosing red. Kathy's has been choosing red basically exclusively for the last half of the season, or maybe the entire season. So, Hong really
I mean,
likes
red
to
side
prio.
typically has a lot more power in lower elo play, just because of the ability to counterpick twice in draft, which is super valuable.
Yep. Or technically 3 times if you count. Just like all their selections are kind of counters.
Yeah.
Yep. Sam is chilling at a 50% win rate on 32 games, 5.1 KD, absolutely disgusting. 17 champs, about 2 games per champ, pretty good. And Joey is a lot more games per champ, a bit less in the KD department, but his win rate is disgusting. I think funny enough that both of these both of these players have Zac as their most played, but only one of them is jungling this game, so I don't expect to see any Zac prio between both teams. Here is my featured matchup that I chose. What are you thinking about this one, Mason?
I think Valor really showed like why he got mid lane MVP. Like he just had the confidence to slam the Zed ego pick. I fucking love to see it. I think Cylakats did fumble the draft a little bit afterwards, but like just having the balls to just slam a counter pick that you are comfortable on is impressive to me. Like I fuck with him, man. Let's fucking go, Valor. I'm rooting for you. Since Kathy's on red side now, they should be able to like. I think Valor's wide champion pool has a lot less usefulness because they'll probably save Hong's counter pick or pick for later on into the draft, right? But I hope that they can adapt correctly. I'm pretty excited to see what they whip out for this game too. I imagine the Shyvana might get picked a little early, but I feel like I'm deviating off the point of these two players. So let's see what they get up to, right?
Yep, I will swap over to the champions thing. Do you think which of these champions do you think are getting banned?
We'll see. I think the Shyvana is staying on the ban rotation. The Seraphine has dodged a lot of. It got through, right? For both teams.
Oh yeah, it just completely fell through, I think.
Okay, which is fine. I feel like even though Noam has the eight wins on the Seraphine, it's not like his most comfortable champion, in my opinion. I think we just picked it because it's strong, right? And it takes away from the enemy players as well. So we'll see if he picks it. I wouldn't blame him because it is a fantastic blind 3-way flex. Provides a lot of utility to the enemy to your team with the double shield. Lots of CC in the roots and the slows, and then you build Rylai's, and then you have the ulti to throw on top of the champions. Just a really solid pick overall. I don't know if we'll see the Gragas run back. I would be kind of hyped because that champ's really fun to watch. Silico's Samira is very, very strong, very spooky. He has really stepped up this season as an ADC. In my opinion, the number one ADC besides my GOAT, ADC Dean. But yeah, and then I do think Joey, even though he's a bit of an Ornn set 2 trick, he does get a lot of value out of those champions. Very strong weak side player. Does fantastic with 0 resources. It's just always even in lane, and then gets the ornaments and just provides immense team fighting power to his team. If they pick tanks into him, he just slams the set, and then you can just always like ulti the enemy tank into their team and do like 6 billion damage for free. So start draft, don't care about your food, hold L. True. Based, honestly. Hong, stop fucking eating your food so we can watch the fucking draft, bro. Please, man. I'm not here to sit around and wait for your dumbass to finish eating food. Please. Hurry up! Cry about it, liberal!
There we
Hey,
go.
man.
I haven't eaten all game. Banger tweet.
True. Dude, you can eat during champ select. Surely
Zed
you are not the one
band?
comment.
Oh wait, they're hovering
Zed
the
band?
Zed band. No, they're hovering their own Zed band.
That's based. That's so based.
That's really
Bit of the
funny,
mind
yeah.
game angle. NGL. So it is just the Victor ban, which is pretty valid. I feel like Hong's that's like his key champion.
Yeah.
Very strong character. Lots of late game scaling. A bunch of damage. Just overall very good.
Samira again, probably getting banned against Cylakats. I think they should leave up the Samira and let them B1 Samira. I think the B1 Samira meta is great. People should keep doing it for sure, certainly.
Do you want to drag Hidiri so we can do the cast?
Oh yeah, sure. Wait, he's casting his own team.
Yeah, that's hype. Hello.
Yo,
What's up?
what's up?
The brand hover. I feel like this is just for the lulz, you know? For the culture?
Maybe? I don't know anyone who plays Brand.
Yeah. Oh, the
Wow.
rocket band. That's
Not
valid.
wanting to deal with that again.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like the only reason it didn't do that great last game is because you were constantly one-shotting her, but that's a very valid ban, IMO.
Fair enough.
Nautilus.
They're scared of last game's dive pressure, so they're putting up the Nautilus. It's also a completely fair ban, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Also, how's my mic quality? Is it bad?
It's a little echoey, and I think you're a little quiet. Let me turn you up, actually.
Yeah, sorry. Room's a bit echoey. I have a double suppression on this, but it may still echo.
No, you're good, you're good. It's like you're announcing to us, you know? Like, welcome to the Thunderdome!
From
I don't
the
know.
stands.
Exactly. All right, and the Twitch fan, they are not making the same mistake again. I feel like the Twitch didn't get a lot done, but I'm arguing that was more build oriented and not quite the champion.
Very much so. They had a very interesting tank build for two characters, Lilia and Twitch. Very interesting picks
Yeah.
here. They banned out the set. Not entirely sure what that's for, but I do understand getting well off his comfort pick.
Joey is a pretty good set player. I feel like this kind of tells you that they want to take the Ornn into Lilia matchup, which is very fair. The
Lilia
Abubu
was-
hover.
Oh, come
The
on.
clown! The clown!
Oh,
No, you're so boring! Why are we locking Shyvana? Where's the clown?
I mean,
No, this
can
is
you
valid.
blame him, though?
No, this is super valid. Shyvana is super strong right
They
now.
let Shyvana through the draft. They banned out Samira. You know, this was obviously
very-
going to be a first pick.
Yeah, very strong first pick as well. I personally, the Kindred, This is super hype.
Kindred.
I'd argue this is a very good matchup for Kindred because you can kite out the Shyvana and then also you can just ulti when you're
I'm
low. and
very-
Shyvana can't kill you.
Very interested to see this.
Sam S is like a very scary Kindred player. This was like his one trick in the server before everyone started banning it out. So
I always love to see a good Kindred, the feast or famine.
yeah, agreed. I feel like another option they could have gone for is the Trundle. I did play this matchup as well, the Trundle into the Shyvana. You just press R when she Dragon forms in, and the champion is kind of worthless. But
Yeah,
I understand wanting to put the-
good. Also, there's also a couple of different things. I'm surprised they didn't go for the Amumu. A good lockdown tank into Shyvana, really
Yeah.
powerful.
agreed.
Their Amumu did well last game, and then they take the Tristana away from Cylakats. So they can't do the dive strat. What are they going to go with now?
Okay, Tristana is an interesting pick.
Oh, we get to see them.
The Teemo! The Teemo!
Teemo!
Please, Silico! Silico! My goat! Pick
My
the
king.
Teemo! Teemo ADC! Teemo ADC!
Oh, I'm ready for it. I'm so ready for it.
I actually did a variation of this draft a long ass time ago when I was playing VSP.
This is
Like
what we
the
call
first
a
season.
meta breaker.
Okay! The fucking Teemo is locked with the Seraphine!
Teemo ADC, I'm ready for it. I am here for it.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! It is a very solid pick into these two champions, though. They kind of want to go in, and then Teemo can just blind them, and then they can't
Blind
get
is really good, especially when Tristana relies so much on her burst to get that bomb off, and Kindred literally has almost no damage from abilities that don't hinder from her auto attacks.
Agreed. The ulti, you can just blind her before the ulti ends, and then she's just kind of useless. The Lulu lock is actually pretty solid here. Provides a lot of peel for your two ADCs so far.
Yeah,
I feel like this
Lulu's-
is telling us they want to go for a more tanky top side, but we'll have to see.
Yeah, Lulu is always a good sort of safe pick. I don't think there's a particular ADC that would have problems with Lulu.
Agreed. I
Maybe
think
Jhin, but I think they're
Yeah.
good so far in draft.
Cylakats is a little AP heavy right now, but this is pretty easily fixable with Valor's Y champion pool, and Joey has a lot of known tank picks. And the Lilia ban, this just opens up the Ornn pick if they really want to go for it.
If that is a Teemo ADC, they did waste a ban on Jinx, which would definitely hinder them a little bit. But the Lilia ban, not comfortable with it, I guess, through Joey's champion pool. Understandable.
Agreed.
Especially with, having a Shyvana on your team, you don't want to deal with the Lilia.
Agreed.
And they don't
Cappy
want-
doesn't play Lulu
They're
anymore.
not a fan of the Zed pick either.
That's
That
fair.
last
I mean,
game
the Zed
left
did put in a lot of work last game, so
That last game left a pretty big impression on them.
yeah. I'd like to see something like a Yone here from the side of Cylakats. A lot of setup. Can follow up with the Shyvana pretty well. Good into, pretty solid into Trist and Kindred because you can ulti as the ulti ends, and then there's a lot of options.
A good high AD CC ult also helps.
Agreed.
Good team fight presence.
The Rise ban. What is this for?
Who is there? Someone?
Oh,
that's
Hong
a-
plays Rise. Hong did play a Rise game. I'm trolling. I forgot about that. I
Hong
just
on
erased
the
that 300
Rise.
ping Rise game from my brain, but it was there.
Oh.
So
And there's is
Ooh.
that the Moke.
the Maokai. Maokai has a
Really-
lot of value here.
Really good flex pick here, and
Agreed.
it's locked.
Okay, I like that.
And then we see the Ornn. That's a comfort pick.
Yeah, but I feel like even okay, so
They're
Dean
kinda
is messaging
missing
me that the
some-
Ornn does beat the Maokai, but I feel like the way that Maokai likes itemizing with a lot of MR, it's probably like still fine here.
Yeah, it's just they're a little heavy on AP here. Even if
Yeah.
you go the Bruiser build. Oh, and there is
Yone?
Yone. Do we get to see it? Although it does do a little bit of AP damage. The AD is big. Okay.
Yep.
I wonder if the Yone will pull ahead far enough for them to have to itemize against it. I guess we will see.
Yeah, I think this draft is a little contingent on him getting a little snowballed, and the Shyvana isn't super great at setting up your lanes, so.
Not particularly. Oh,
The
and
Kog'Maw!
they let the
Kog'Maw!
Lulu combo through.
Okay.
Oh, no, this could be devastating for Cylakats.
Wait, this is such a fun draft. Like this could be Kog'Maw mid with AP. This could be Trist mid. This was a pretty common flex a while ago. It's probably
not
Maokai.
thinking that this is a Tristana mid. I think it's probably a little bit more probable than Mage Kog'Maw, but that would be a very pleasant surprise.
Yeah.
Because the synergy between Kog Lulu bot lane is something to consider in comparison to Tristana.
Yeah.
And we do get to see the Teemo bot, so that could shut down Kog early. I'm really excited to see how this goes.
Agreed. I will say I feel like Jonah should definitely go for like a more Bork AD centric build from the side of Cylakats. You have way too much magic damage for you to be going like full AP IMO. You want like the lethal tempo into like a lot of more on hit damage. Titanic Hydra has a lot of good synergy with Shyvana, so we'll have to see how he does it, but that's my personal opinion on the champion.
Yeah, AP Shyvana is one of those things where while it does hit like a truck in this comp, it doesn't fit. They don't have a
Agreed.
particular tank outside of Maokai, but Kindred ult does play a big factor in these team fights.
Agreed.
So I'm wondering how they want to play it. Probably Bruiser Shyvana is not bad. It does do a fair bit of AD damage, but I'm wondering if they take that route. So we'll see.
Silico is saying who leaves Teemo ups and then picks 3 ADCs. To be fair,
That is
all 3 of
true.
these ADCs Giga outrange you, brother. So I wouldn't be too confident on that one. But I just like this draft from Cylakats. It's so fun. Like Seraphine Teemo, probably not the best synergy in the game, but I feel like Teemo does have a chance to shine into the draft that Kathy's has created. No, I'm on the Seraphine. I did just flame him and say that his Seraphine is not that great. However, it is a still very strong champion in terms of like Scrim Zone lore, I guess, or Scrim Zone history. So I wonder if it'll.
Seraphine undefeated in the support role.
Yeah, it's kind of
So
broken.
I'm very, very interested to see if that's something that we need to be careful of here. I'm really interested to see how pivotal the Teemo is into these team fights if we're gonna see
Agreed.
a big blind.
Silica is a nasty Teemo. I've played with him multiple times, both in solo queue and in scrims. Every time he's busted out the Teemo, it is been a little gross in my opinion. Like,
I have heard the rumors, and I'm very excited to see what he's able to bring to the table here.
yeah, and this isn't even his first time busting out the Teemo ADC. Like, I think he's done it a couple of times before. A bit of a menace, bit of a problem on this champion. And of course, there's always Jonah on his superstar comfort champion. This champion is just, I'm surprised people are still leaving it up.
It is really a pick or ban. When you look at the Cylakats from an outside perspective, I think Seraphine and Shyvana are very scary. Because
yeah,
you see these two characters picked a lot. You see Jonah's win rate, you see Noam's win rate, and
it's a spooky combo too.
it really is. It's one of those things, and of course, letting Cog Lulu through, that's a pretty detrimental combo as well. We do get to see the first time Maokai, so I'm interested to see what they're able to bring to the table team fight wise, because it's a pretty strong goal, just like Horn, just like Yone. So it is interesting because I'm trying to see.
I am excited though.
I mean, yeah, this is a really cool draft. I'm really excited to see how this game pans out. I think Cylakats are a little bit more favored team fight wise, but I think the damage output is more toward
Gathies. They have to be very careful in these fights from the side of Cylakats IMO.
Yeah, because they could get burned down before they know it. That Kog'Maw will put out some damage on their tanks. So
Yeah.
we get to see if they're able to use their team fight ultimates to their advantage here.
I am also a big Sam S Kindred enjoyer. He is a very spooky player on these like high damage carries. We'll have to see how it goes, to be honest.
I love to see the Kindred. I love to see anyone who's confident on these big risk champions, all or nothing. I want to see if he flies too close to the sun or if he carries the team on his back. I am so on the edge of my seat ready for this game.
Yeah. We have to wait 3 minutes for spectator
I know,
delay.
it's gonna
It's
kill
so
me.
cringe.
Sorry.
It kills a little bit of the
gotta
hype
do
for me,
it.
but
It
yeah.
does, but it's also necessary, I understand.
Yeah.
That
Wait,
is a lot
Yone
of
has
things.
27 games played in scrims. Oh my lord.
Really? Huh.
That's crazy. I feel
Most
like
of
it is a
this-
very good champion though.
I mean, it definitely can be in the right hands. So I can understand that. And then, of course, Shyvana with the high win-loss ratio. That's probably also courtesy of Jonah. And Lulu also has a pretty good win-loss ratio. I'm surprised Lulu got through the draft as well as she did.
Look at how many games Seraphine has, bro. Surely this
I
champion
know,
is not
surely
broken
this
in this
champion
mode.
is so balanced in the meta right now.
For sure, yeah. I think Scrims has like a very unique meta though. Like I think it's very distinct from like pro play or something.
Yeah, I feel like it's one of those things where it's really nice because it takes a bunch of different like walks of players and pits them against each other. You don't always
Yeah.
see the same type of champions that you see in
Agreed.
pro play. Like you may see, because of course when the things are strong, you see Aatrox, you see Maokai if someone's running the Kalista and pro play, you're like, okay, I expect these picks. But here, you almost never know what someone's going to pull out unless
Yeah.
they're
Pocket picks are a lot more viable, IMO, so.
Yeah, that was definitely interesting to see. Like, of course, you have Jonah and Noam with their pockets and Kathy with her Lulu. I want to see, because Tristana is going to be interesting here. I wonder how well that's going to play out.
Alright, so Dean has sent me screenshots of the game where Silica did play Teemo ADC. It was a bit of a banger, to be honest, because I was playing Taric Jungle, I think.
Oh,
Which is like one of my
amazing
favorite picks in the
pick. I
game.
love Taric Jungle.
Yeah, it's so fun. But yeah, he has played it before. He was laning with Jonah on Thresh, actually, apparently, which is kind of insane.
Interesting.
And it was versus Hong as well. Hong playing Ziggs bot lane, which is really cool.
Yeah, that was a
Hold on, I wanna look
definitely-
at-
sounds like a diverse draft.
Yeah, it was an insane game, I think. It was Blake wanted to stall out the game so he could do funny GP one shots, I think. It was
As GP, I am very for that. I love that. Seeing that 1600 damage come out on a barrel just absolutely destroy someone. It's one of those things where it's just so satisfying.
Yeah. Alright, so I have Silico's stats pulled up on Teemo as well. He has played 7 games of it. Hold on. Let me find this again. He has played 7 games of it. I just closed it. I'm stupid. Hold on. Let me find it again.
On the screen
Production
right now,
TM.
too. Smile.
Huh?
Smile.
On the screen? I mean, it has like KDA of 2.92. He's played it in a multitude of different roles as well. I was looking at it. He's played it mid before. He's played it top. He's played it jungle even. And I think he lost one of those, but he won another one. That's crazy.
You don't tend to think of Tebow being a draft pick, much less with a positive win rate and in a flex role. But hey,
Yeah, he's played it in almost every role except support. So, Silka, if you're watching the stream, you got one more role to go, brother, and you then have all 5 roles on Teemo. He's actually, I think, won on every role except mid. So you got 2 more games, bro. I believe you got to switch it up. You know, collect all the Infinity Stones and whatnot. Has he won with it top, actually? Am I tripping?
Yes, he's 2-1 on top lane. I do have word from Will that he will be playing Pugmaw, the best Kog'Maw skin. Anyone who disagrees,
that's based.
Hater.
Base.
True.
Aw.
3 minutes of
Yeah.
spectator delay. Have fun, everybody.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, true. Just run the ad, run the ad, run the ad.
Happens. Run the ad.
Hey, I run the ad.
Run
at
the ad,
1
run
minute.
the
I
ad.
run the ad at 1 minute.
That's crazy. Joey's Jonah, or Joey's Orn.
Joey's
Fuck, I
Jonah.
can't English that. Yeah, Joey's Jonah. True.
Oh, we have Russ in chat shouting out to Silico Teemo Jungle last season. Big us for
Yeah.
Went like 20-0 on jungle last season. I would have loved to watch that.
Okay, are we?
I think it was 20. I have the
pulling
game up actually. It's a.
Pull the receipts.
Yeah, I'm going. He went 20. Did he got 20? Yeah, 25 and 25, 6 and 9, jungling into the
Jeez.
tech curve. Oh my lord!
He
What
also
an
went-
immense
What was the
game.
match?
He also went
What was
3,
that?
12, and 4 into is for me. So
Jeez. What was that
Wait,
team
Blake
on
was
that
playing
though?
Iron mid then too. That's crazy.
That's base,
Ivan
actually.
mid. Oh my god, the LS pick.
The matchup in that game
Yeah.
was Teemo versus Elise. I will also say, me and Jonah both had 11 deaths that game.
a bit of a spur enter
I was a
moment.
bit of a 4-11 Sejuani top. He was a bit of a 5-11 Akali. We had a Hong dropped a 19er that game, but it just wasn't enough.
I'm Bubba with the carry.
True.
I don't know. Looking at these like past games for the Silico's Teemo is quite fun. I'm enjoying it.
I agree. Oh my
Definitely
lord,
brings a smile
he's
to
such a
my
menace
face.
on this character.
Really would be fitting if he had the little devil skin, just saying.
True. I think. Wait, has Will and Kathy played this bot lane before this season?
Yes, I believe so.
Okay. It is a very spooky bot
I'll
lane.
double check on it real quick.
Did they
Ogma
win on it,
definitely.
or-
Ogma Lulu combo definitely seems
Okay,
strong.
team
there. Whether-
season 4. Kathy load games. they've played Twitch Soraka, MF Lulu, Twitch Soraka, MF Soraka, MF Lulu, MF Soraka, Lulu or Soraka Kog'Maw, Misfortune Seraphine, Misfortune Soraka, Ash Janna, Hong Baba and Kathy played Kog Lulu and lost. Hong Baba and Kathy played Neela Soraka and went 19-5 on the Neela. We have Sivir
Quite
Yumi.
good.
We have
course.
Jinx Soraka. We have Leona Kaisa. We have Kog'Maw Soraka. We have Kog'Maw Nami. We have Ash Seraphine, Zeri Yumi, and Kog Soraka. So no, actually. This is their first time playing it with these two players. The team has played it once, but with these two players, they have not played it before.
Just be subbed, Blake.
Exactly. Who's gifting Blake a sub?
Alright, Blake, I will gift a sub to you if
Kathy's wins.
Sure, we'll do that. I was gonna say if you win the season, but like that's not happening anymore. So
He's out.
yeah, that's why I said I didn't say it, bro. Come on, man.
Tragic. Highest mastery on this game is actually Kathy on the Lulu with 270k. Cylakats got about 158 on Teemo.
I'm interested to see the Teemo with Ghost Ignite and Fleet. It's an interesting combo.
Wait, that's what he has?
The map
Yeah.
looks really cursed.
I'm just seeing darkness.
Yeah.
I'm not even. I can't even see it, huh?
Where map?
Wait, Dean, can you switch to capture?
I will once it loads.
Once it loads.
I'm not about to air this dirty laundry on stream.
Wait, but I want to see the fucking
You've seen it before.
runes.
It's just an abyss.
I gotta see the runes, bro. We gotta talk about the runes,
The
bro.
runes. Most runes seem normal. I will say the Dark Harvest on Shyvana seems to be AP burst. Maybe I'm wrong, but that's usually what they go.
Yeah,
So-
that does mean he is probably going more AP.
Which is interesting because they're already extremely AP heavy, even if Seraphine goes Moonstone in this case. So I guess we'll have to see.
Yeah.
30 seconds.
Client is bad. Nice. Once again, small indie company cannot afford a good client. I understand, of course.
They could shut the game down for a month, and if they fix the client, I'd be happy.
True.
It really is just one of those things. Looks like they're going for the top siding date again? Not quite.
Yeah. Hong playing the Trist mid. He is a known AD carry player, so I do like him.
Yeah,
playing
Tristana
the
does
ADC mid.
particularly well because of
Yeah.
her burst in general range advantage over most melee matchups in mid.
Yeah. Cass or not? Why did I say Cassadin? Fucking Maokai has no items, which don't know if is intentional or not. But
I'm going to say it's likely not. I've never known a Maokai to go itemless, but I don't know. Maybe this is a new econ strat. They're running. Maybe they could be running futures market secondary. You may see
Yeah.
something interesting.
that would be kind of funny. I know Orange tend to do like this weird refill start, and like there's like some tricks with that and like futures market and stuff. But I don't know.
I have seen things of that nature. So, really just depends. I do think it was unintentional. We'll see if they buy some starter items and they go back, or if they just go fully
Where's the chrono
item.
break when we need it, bro? Looks like Silico is taking the early trade. It's kind of losing out here. The fleet is able to sustain him with the Seraphine though, so
Yeah, I heard Twitch stream broke a little bit.
a little bit, but I think it's fine now. Question mark?
Oh, and we're seeing Hong with the early trades that Halo Blades is coming in. Doing a lot
Yeah.
of damage with the Tristana Bomb and the W.
It also looks like it's farming Teemo and support Seraphine, which I think is valid. Like, I feel like the Teemo has more value with the gold.
Yeah, I don't think
in order to carry the game.
Teemo would really provide much, and we're gonna see Hong go in again.
The blind just makes it so that the Kog'Maw cannot trade at all, which is sort of why he picked it. So
That is fair because Kog'Maw, if he gets an early level 3 on you with the Lulu, can run you down with Ghost. Surprisingly high damage early game, and we
Yeah.
did see Valor burn flash earlier on Hong's second jump.
Oh, and the
going
fucking
for
all
it.
in. Oh, but the snapback
And does
doesn't get
Valor
anything.
die?
Oh, the
he
flash!
flashes for it. Hong Valor with first blood.
Let's
really
go.
Impressive play from Hong.
Agreed.
I'm wondering if Ornn will try and push his advantage because Maokai doesn't have items. Though Kindred
Samus
up
is here to
there.
cover the gank as well. And Tristana does have cryo, so it does appear like Kindred will get this first mark, which
That
is
is true.
super strong. Oh, Joey is
And
walking
they're
into
going
River
in
though.
on Ornn. We're gonna see if there's a fight to break out here. Hong going for another kill.
Hog jumping in with the exhaust! Oh, but the Ornn knock up into the unstoppable.
But will Tristana die? No, she will not. And that is a second kill for Kathy's.
Okay, this
Very
is
aggressive plays here.
we like to see it.
Yeah, I'm really liking the initiative being brought to the table here by Kathy.
Yeah, just using their lane prowess super well, knowing that they can ego for this crab
Yeah.
from Samus. Super well played. He is going for the double amp tome on Shyvana, so this does appear to be like the Night Harvester style build, which is interesting. I would recommend itemizing Mob Malmortius on the side of Kindred or the Tristana. Maybe not the Tristana, but the Kindred can tend to like itemize a little more defensively. Wit's End will have a lot of value on the Kog'Maw because you get the on hit with the Rage Blade and whatnot.
Right.
And then
most Kog'Maw builds nowadays are
a tankier,
more
right?
on hit. Yeah, tank
Yeah.
on hit. And are we gonna see a third kill for Kathy's? We do get the
Maybe.
ghost out of
Oh, but Valor is able
but
to pick it
Valor
up.
picks
Well
another
played.
one. Will Hong get another kill here?
Okay.
This may be a reset chain if played correctly. We get a flash from Kindred.
I don't think he wants to overchase into the Yone though. That could be a little spooky. But
That
Samus
is
does get
true, but
3
it
marks.
Looks like
Or is it 2 or 3 marks? They're on a 2 to 3 mark breakpoint, so they're like feeling really good about this game. You want those early marks as Kindred. Managing to get the double crab is super valuable as well.
Yes, very much so. Gives you a gold and XP advantage, plus giving you those 2 marks will help you in the late game when you absolutely need them, because early game is when the marks are the easiest. You
Yeah,
definitely want your team to try and help you on that macro side, and it looks like you're doing a great job of that.
yeah. Plus like the extra range from it is so gross. Like
Right, and then we're getting a decent trade up here top. I will say it almost seems like it was intentional to not buy early items, because Maokai's Sap Magic does allow you to sustain in lane pretty well, and the early bombies will put out some damage from Maokai.
yeah, it is winning him this lane here pretty hard. Just like the extra damage into the Ornn is kind of mattering a lot here. Ornn does have the grasp, so he will like scale a little better in terms of HP, but like the instant tankiness from the aftershock on the Maokai is also really good. So
Right, and then Ornn also opted to take tier here to start stacking for Fimbulwinter, and while Maokai could do the same on next back, the early game tank item is going to net him along with him.
Oh, the ulti coming out.
Coming in from the Ornn.
hey, Joey knows his damage on the
Almost got
Ornn. Shit.
100 to 0 on that Maokai. Impressive display from Joey here.
Yeah, making sure you're not overstacking on the brittles and getting like the auto in between each brittle proc. Super well played from the side of Joey.
Yeah, I'm really impressed with that. Luring him in and absolutely destroying him there.
The Call of the Forge God, baby. I know ability names. And it looks like the Fiendish Codex on the side of Jonah. And Kathy's has a lot of prio for this dragon.
Here. Taking drags away from Shyvana. Very good early game move here. And they have the
Agreed.
damage and they have the prio in all lanes. Looks like we are going to see a Wits End rush down the bot lane. Smart moves from Kathy's here.
Yeah, I mean, Hong, or not Hong. I don't know why I said Hong. Kog'Maw does tend to skip the Mythic until very, very late in the game. Most of the Mythics still have a lot of value on him, so...
That is true. You typically do see, you can see Kraken, Shield Bow, or Crossfire here. Typically pretty late into the game. Oh, we're getting a Yone ult.
Samus is really low. The damage from the Yone. And then Hong is stuck here, but manages to get the reset on the bomb and jumps out. I will say, if you want anyone on the side of Cylakats to have gold, it is the Yone here. Like,
That
he
is
needs to be
true.
super strong so that he can effectively be their only AD threat, right?
Right. And while Kog'Maw usually does build boots and Rage Blade first item, I think Wits End is definitely the better play here, especially when you're dealing with these high AP threats. And Valor's
Yeah.
starting to get a little bit more aggressive on the trades here now that he's gotten a bit of a gold advantage. He's got his boots, he's able to trade more effectively, and we're going to see if he's able to put that Fry back in the mid lane.
Yeah. Looks like Sam S does miss the smite on this crab, which is a little unfortunate. But it doesn't look like it will result in anything other than both junglers walking away. Very sad on that one. I don't know what stacks the Kindred is at because our current camera control man is eating, so unlucky. But I think it was marked, so being able to deny that's pretty good.
They're probably around 2 or 3
looking
by
for the
now.
all-in. Oh, that damage!
Oh,
Okay.
that was an explosive damage. Stacking that AD early was a really good choice from Tristana. That bomb does do a lot.
Yeah.
And the Hail of Blades is all the attack speed you need.
A bit of a little bit overzealous on the side of Valor's IMO.
Yeah, getting that bounty over to Tristana is not good for his lane state.
Yeah. The Berserker Greaves rush is does give you a very strong power spike on the Wind Brothers. Gives you a lot of move speed. the Q attack speed scaling is really good. But I think he just was feeling himself a little too much and he got punished
Maybe
for it.
a little bit confident from that last game. Had a really good start, a really good game, but can't get a little too overconfident here when going up against something as volatile as Tristana mid.
Yep.
So
You will get a
spikes
plate
and
though.
damage really do play. Yeah, you do get the plate, so you do make your bounty gold back, but the gold on Tristana is stressful to deal with. And
Yeah.
looking at Kindred mid, we'll see if they can do anything.
Knows
with
not to
what's
go
going on.
in versus the Yone with Q3 up. Very smart.
We are seeing Ornn get a little bit lower on the top side here. I wonder if Maokai will try and make an initiative play, or if Ornn will try and do the same thing he did earlier. And we're
Hits
seeing
the
Valor go
Q3.
in, not
Blinks
taking
back
any
before the
overzealous
bomb.
trades.
Yeah. I like this adaptation from Valor. You need to start blinking away the second the Tristana goes for the explosive charge IMO.
Right, we do see Kindred creeping here. Valor may have vision.
Yeah. It is kind of hard to play these 2v2s just because you have double ADC. No
Right.
CC engage. So it's you have to play them really well. You have to space very well.
It
So it is a
bit
little
rough,
harder.
but the damage is overwhelming.
Oh,
so
yeah.
if you can catch them out in a good position, then they are as good as dead, especially unless the Yone
Oh,
brings
go for the
flash.
rotate.
Oh, we're seeing some...
Ooh, the Ornal's coming out and then
Oh,
getting... Ooh. Very nice.
Another
Good double
kill.
stun. Yeah, a good Ornal to lead with it. Looks like CMS is looking for a play on Silica though. Might walk into a Shroom here. Oh, Valor is a little low here. Yeah.
That Wits End early is a really good time to start trying for something. We'll see if Kindred does have to force ult. She does.
Ooh, Jesus to burn the mark here, but he does get
That
the kill
is-
over to Kog'Maw, so that's pretty big. Hong
That
jumps
is
over the
a
wall.
pretty big kill, but they did have to exercise a few ults for it.
I think it's worth though. I mean, Shyvana does have ult, so this is a little spooky without the Kindred R,
True,
but
because they, more than likely, you're not going to be getting Kindred
Yeah.
ult or Lulu ult back.
Ooh,
by the
Valor
time
going
Dragon
in.
comes up. Valor taking these short trades is a lot better for him because Tristana wants
Yeah.
to be able to fully stack that bomb. So if he can get the Q3 in, get a little bit of damage, and jump out, then that's really going to help him in the long game.
agreed. He's using this E very well. I like this adaptation from him.
Yeah, that's what makes Yone so infuriating to deal with in the mid lane.
Agreed. This champion is so cringe.
What more could you want?
Yeah. And then, but it is Hong still able to get the plate value. Just Tristana being able to throw bombs on towers and then just
He
chip
really
away at it
is
with
the
Q.
AD Ziggs makes it really difficult to try and
Yeah.
snowball away from her in terms of a gold lead because she
Looks
just
like
gets
Cylakats
so
is gonna
easily.
start this dragon potentially. Noam does have ulti, so. Oh, flash
got
from
the
Willow,
flash
very
from
well played.
Kog'Maw.
With the ghost still up, he does have the W up, so he is okay. Valor
Oh.
looking for the ulti, but whiffs it. So Kindred's good here, and then Shyvana has no dragon form, so this should be a free dragon if he gets to it. Basilica's ghosty after the Kindred, still
Have
doesn't
to
get
make
anything.
sure They don't have any prio here for the drag, trying to really
Yeah,
emphasize and use Teemo
but
self-pull to their advantage.
at
trying to make
least-
sure that
Ornn rotated down and saved the play a little bit, but I feel like I wouldn't be very comfortable starting the dragon as Sylakats either.
No, it really is rough, especially with the bot lane having an item advantage like they do.
Yeah.
It could be really bad for them if it gets out of hand, especially since the
Agreed.
jungle is low. And
Yeah,
they're not building tank. They do have Night Harvester. Pretty big damage spike coming in from
Yeah,
Shyvana,
or TP'd
depending
up
on the
top,
play.
so
Looks like
maybe
they're
they
going
can go for
to
it.
try and...
Oh, they're
Not
trying for this. They want this so bad.
Oh, Kathy's is ready for it. Oh, Hong going in again.
Valor is kind of low. He's out. Ooh, but has the Q3. Ooh, but Hong manages to get the shutdown. Well played. Wait, patiently waiting out everything from.
When they do get a dragon, really shutting out.
Oh, the Seraphine steals it! Let's go!
Impressive display from Noam here.
Just
what we
unlucky,
like
I
to
think, to
see.
be honest, though. Like,
Say,
not
guys,
having
don't
this fight up
worry.
is very sad.
I got this.
Yeah. A Gale Force coming out from the Tristana, I feel like that is pretty valid.
This team
Finishing the
at
Gale Force
every
away is
turn
really good.
is just giving us something good here.
Agreed. This game is so action-packed, I love it. They're not also getting the Herald as well. Sam S doesn't know he's here. The vision is clear. Oh, walks
Could be
in.
bad if Hong gets the burst off. Does have to waste.
Oh, the rocket
Hong
jump
is
back in.
following.
Oh, the Gale Force! But he doesn't get it. No!
Ornn with the peel, saving Shyvana here.
Yeah, the Yone might get the collapse here. Oh, yeah. Hong chooses to path a little greedy there.
He had ult there. I will say, not going Kraken and going the Gale Force, going the burst option on Tristana, really cementing that you have that lead and you want to get these kills and just run away with the
Yeah.
game. So,
You lose a little DPS with the lack of Kraken Slayer, but
you do, and while it is going to be a bit harder to kill Ornn, that's why you have the Kog'Maw, that's why you're going more of an assassin-based Tristana, because you understand that, yes, we do still have a tank buff,
Agreed.
we have an ADC that's willing to carry.
you have 2 ADCs, actually.
3 ADCs, actually.
True, true. Looks like Sam is still looking for Valor here.
Yeah,
Oh, but the
really-
ulti hits both of them! Gets the shutdown! Oh my gosh, Valor is correct!
And while Valor does go down, that is a huge amount of gold in Valor's pocket. And he said, I'm
Yeah,
sick
you
of
play
you
that
guys
fight
camping
insane.
me. I'm going to take you down with me. So we
Shield
definitely... Shield bow
Is also
coming out
completed.
here.
We like that.
And Hong does actually finally go down here. So we do get that huge bounty that he had.
Yeah. Cylakats showing why they are second place in this season. They are kind of smurfing, to be honest.
Doing really well. Very proud of him. Series
Yeah.
was over for CLK as soon as Hong had his first bite of kimchi.
Yeah, and he's proceeding to get ratioed, so kimchi powers are not enough, man. What can I
He
say?
should have. They said he was walking to McDonald's, so maybe he should have got a value meal.
True. Bro, he is being astronomically gapped right now. Well, not really, but that play under the tower was little sus, I will
Mental
say.
is now destroyed because the ice cream machine was broken.
True. Hong is gonna get the tower here with the bomb though, so he is freed up to like rotate for more plays. I think it's a Hex Soul, right?
Let's
Yeah, it's
see.
a Hex.
Yeah, it is a hex soul. The gates are up, and
Yeah, a lot of
we are
plays
looking
options.
for something here. Looks like there could be a potential team
Sam
fight.
is rooted up. The ulti coming
The
down.
Seraphine ult,
Valor is here. The ulti comes
versus
out
the
from
Kindred
both.
and the Lulu ult.
Yeah.
TP coming in, trying to get Maokai down here. I wonder if he
Cylaka
will
is
ult.
getting autoed by the cog.
The blind, though, keeping him up.
Let's save him. Yep.
Valor does have a lot of prio here after that shutdown. The shield bow will protect him from meaningful burst, and the crit will double his damage.
Yeah. He still has his ulti too, so they burned 2 ults for like almost 0. I mean,
Yeah.
Noam did burn his ulti as well, so... Oh my gosh, the ego! We like that. The W into Gale Force, just enough damage, knowing his damage super well. And Valor gets
Valor going
a
in.
shutdown
We're
in
seeing
response.
some really impressive mid lane plays, being proactive, and both
Yeah.
trying to compete and say, who's the better
I'm
carry?
the better one. Yeah, I like this. They're both pushing the leads that they have super well. They're egoing super hard. We love to see ego
Yeah,
with
I'm
winners.
wondering who gets caught out first because they're both pretty dive centric, and I'm wondering if
Yeah.
Tristana will bite off more than she can chew. Or
Oh,
if
and it looks
Valor
like it
will go
might be
in.
Valor here. The Kindred might have the angle, but the
We'll see.
Shyvana is
Kindred
here as
doesn't
well.
have ult, neither does Lulu. This is a good opportunity for a pick, and the
Oh,
Shyvana
and the
damage
Shyvana
is
damage.
real. Oh, that AP Shyvana hurts.
Yeah, this is what we're talking about. It might not matter that they're all AP just because the damage you do is just so
too
much. Yeah. This
Oh
is a
my
wet noodle
God.
fight top lane. Why is the Observer ever coming up here, man? Like, surely we can watch
It
something more
really is just a
entertaining.
battle of brick walls. What are you gonna do? You might get a brittle proc here and there, but realistically, neither one of them is gonna go down. Hong in the middle here, maybe looking for a pick, or maybe just backing off. Can't agree a little too
PD
much.
second on the side of Hong. He is hitting a lot of like their front line. Like Shyvana is like a little tanky. Yone is like you're probably not going to be able to burst, so might as well
Yeah,
get more attack.
Shyvana is naturally pretty tanky. Dragon form does give you that health advantage, and dragons give inherent resistances to Shyvana.
Hong is on a ward. They do walk into a shroom.
I mean, oh,
Oh, another
Silico.
shroom. Silico is just shrooming it up, bro. It's
Really
like,
putting in the vision, making them wary, using all of their vision to clear it.
yeah.
Almost got that ward. Might be able to do something. Maokai and
Joey
Hong
did.
are coming down. This could be a potentially big team fight, although right now Hongraba is backed. So we
Yeah, Silico is looking
see
for it.
if they force something before he shows up, or if they just go for the drag, which they might. They are standing in the
All the ultimates are up too. Cylakats should have the teamfight advantage. I feel like all their teamfight ults are way better. They
I
are
will say that
they are
is
posturing
true.
into the flank.
Okay, we see the Maokai ult,
Ooh.
the Yone ult. We did
Yone ult
see
doesn't
Dragon
kill
Sword
anyone
Pass.
though. And
Yone
the
does
Kog'Maw
end up
is
dying with
pre-hitting.
a lot of their damage. See if they can get Hong. Lulu ult comes
Okay.
out. Hong going in. And that is a triple for Hong Baba, really exercising that advantage. And he goes in.
Oh my gosh, the nuclear bomb Shyvana! Sheesh!
Making potential on this Shyvana right here, although
Yeah, but he still
it
gets
may
picked
not
up by
be
the
worth
Cog.
it putting that shutdown on a Kog'Maw. You're really spreading the gold allocation to both ADCs, so you can't just
Yeah.
pick one, you gotta get both. So I will say that was an impressive play.
Yeah, just so much damage from the side of the
And the
Shyvana.
towers are just shredded.
Yeah, it looks like Sam S is going for the Bork on Kindred, which is kind of valid. There's a lot of HP on the side of
You do
Cylakats.
want to try and get them off. You do want to try and
Yeah.
get that burst damage
Looks
off.
like the Kindred is more on the tank shred duty alongside the Kog'Maw, which is valid. You are looking to like
That's true.
DPS with your ultimate. Looks like he is going for the Rage Blade second on the Kog'Maw, which is probably correct.
Right. Yeah,
Yeah.
and then probably after that we might see. I
Grifting?
round off the build Hurricane, Titanic, and then Mythic. You may push Mythic early. It kind of depends on. Shield Bow wouldn't be a bad option here, considering that they do have a pretty heavy amount of burst.
Yeah, could be Maw as well. I don't know if Maw is good here, but or on Kog'Maw in general, because the AD is kind of lackluster, right? But Maw is a pretty strong
While
item.
Maw does contribute a fair bit of stuff, the shield for Kog'Maw, realistically, Lulu can provide about an equal
Yeah,
shield.
okay.
And then Kog'Maw lacks the damage he gets from these on-hit items. That double on-hit, especially coming from his W, is what makes Kog'Maw such a shredder.
Yeah. Oh, Silico might have an angle here.
If
Sam
Silico
S does check the
can
bush.
do something here, they
The
are looking
ulti
to
coming out
fight.
from Sam. Ooh! He's
Is
so
he gonna-
low.
And he got the Kindred. Is Maokai going to be able to get out, though?
Yeah, that's
Looks
just
like
the
he
value that
probably
Teemo has
will.
into
Oh, he
ADCs, right?
flashes for it, though. Gets the knockout, gets the burst, and he does go down, and they're looking for effects on the other side of the map, too.
This is just Cylakats pushing all of their advantages. The ulti coming out, but Noam is just dead. The Kog'Maw does too much damage.
Yeah.
I will not space glide in class. Kog'Maw probably. Yeah. Cylakats is trying to push their advantages on all sides, and they are a little bit punished for it. Gold onto the Kog'Maw is always spooky. Hong has his IE, so he is 3 items. This is probably the strongest player on the map right now. This is the one you gotta be careful for.
Very true. And the gold lead is pretty substantial in the mid lane.
Okay,
Almost
yeah,
12,000 to
3K.
9,000 here.
3K, oh my lord. Jonah is looking for this play. This should be pretty good for him. Oh,
Should be
and the
Kog'Maw here,
3Q.
even with Lulu ult, it really just
Oh.
depends.
Lulu ult. Jonah is holding this ult till the next century, I guess, which is potentially valid.
This could be a good
Hong
time
is
to
so
knock him
ego
down.
here.
One
What are we
shot
doing, man?
persona. And the bounty goes down. A bit overzealous for Hong Baba. Thought he might get some backup, but the whole
Yeah.
Cats is here and they are hungry.
Do we need to check Hong's PayPal after that? Thoughts? I think that's a PayPal moment. I'm not gonna lie, I think that's a bit of a PayPal moment. That was a little sussy, bro.
Yeah, Shyvana does get out. But just a sliver of health. That AP Shyvana, I was skeptical at the beginning, but the damage is proving that it's paying dividends.
Yeah.
So we will see. And the Teemo actually outfarming Kog'Maw.
We like that. Cylakats is like arguably the better player, just be like skill rating wise, and just like probably more familiar with like last hitting and has practiced it more. So
Game feels so back and forth because they do like because while top lane is a bit of a gap here for Maokai, he is playing for team fights. He plays for his utility, not his damage, so it's not that big of a deal. But I will say that
the Ornn is. I feel like the Ornn is still outvaluing him in fights though, which is really weird and kind of unfortunate.
It's true, especially late game because the stats that Ornn provides can be pretty big depending on the person.
Yeah, and the ulti is over the top.
This could be a big fight breaking out here. Drag coming up in just under 30 seconds. We will see what's going to happen. Will Ornn TP down? He does have it
Should
up.
be a TP coming down from the Ornn.
Likely. Here. Cathy's does have good vision control over drone, but there are mushrooms all over the place.
The DD second for the Yone instead of the IE, it does delay his damage a little bit, but it gives him a little bit of much needed survivability into the triple ADC, which is fine IMO.
I think that it does work a little bit better than IE because while the damage is good for Yone, realistically speaking, you're going to want an anti-burst item, and what better anti-burst item is there to have into ADCs than Death's Dance? And
yeah, this item is so gross.
So
we're just waiting for the Maokai ult to come out?
A good pick here. Like to see it.
The Ornn is just unkillable. Oh, the fucking Seraphine ult on one.
I'm wondering if they're going to try and turn on this Kog'Maw here.
Shyvana is in the backline, but is kited out.
Letting the Kog'Maw run it. He is by himself over there.
Sam S is. Oh, but the Kog'Maw is still full HP.
Yeah, no one seems to be targeting him.
I will not space glide in class. I will not space glide in class. I will not space glide in class.
Him go. Will Valor be able to take him down?
Okay.
Pretty big if he
does.
Oh,
what was that damage?
They traded. Okay, so it's up to Teemo. They probably won't go for Dragon here. Neither team. They don't really have.
I would go as Teemo. I feel like you could definitely beat the Maokai in the 1v1.
Maybe, but the question is he going to be able to get dragged down easily? Because they do have vision on it.
So he chooses to base
will
that.
Be up in time even if he did start it, because I don't think Teemo has the damage. But you can mushroom it up.
Oh my gosh, the mushroom control is immense. This is just the value of Teemo though, in like objective controls.
The vision, the choke point advantage, the absolute mental diff that it takes on people.
Sure.
Really does play a role there. And they are starting it, which was pretty risky, but we are getting the two TPs in.
Okay.
Will Valor be able to pull something here? It looks like it. They pick on the Lulu, that's really big, making sure Kog'Maw's damage is hindered.
The dragon does go over there.
Shyvana, and they do have to abandon Maokai. And it is a win for Cylakats there. Is Baron the option here?
Oh, definitely. They have so much damage. I would go for this.
I think that it's very much a possibility, even with Hongbaba and Kindred up. Very much possible. Let's see if they take it. Although I'm sure Cathy's is well aware that the big snake is available.
Yeah.
Valor looking for a pick on the Kindred, zoning her off.
The board is
completed down. It looks like they're gonna go for it here.
The healing from the Seraphine is just able to keep everyone alive. Bork is finished on the Kindred.
That's how you know Seraphine is such an integral part to this team because Ornn chose to upgrade her.
Yeah.
That Moonstone really is rough, and that Baron is already gone down in a flash.
Pog is going for the 1v1 on the Yone. Does manage to pick it up, but he's probably going to die here to everyone else.
Right, that Teemo
okay, never mind. He is gone, baby. I don't think Fleek gives him enough speed. Yep.
Though, Baron for a kill, definitely worth it on Cylakats side. So.
Agreed. Looks like he's going for BT next, which is valid. He needs to sustain in these fights.
True.
Although LDR wouldn't have been terrible here, honestly.
No, not particularly, but I guess when you have Kog'Maw, then
Yeah.
it's fine. I'm assuming that he's going Hurricane next item. I doubt Phantom Dancer would be the buy here.
Agreed.
But,
Just being able to hit all the tanks would be super valuable.
right, getting that. Especially when you start getting things like, since you have Wits End and you have your W, you start to really start putting out some AP and AD damage, really hard to itemize, and it's max HP.
Agreed.
You do burn people down, and then once we get the Hydra in the mix, then it's just a bloodbath.
Yeah.
So, let's see Kog'Maw late game, maybe? Tristana, almost full build already. She may meter out or she may pop off. I'm ready to see which way it goes. Those
Agreed.
Teemo mushrooms are annoying.
Yeah. Just need to have sweepers at all times and pink cords.
Yeah, that is a 5 sweeper angle.
For sure. Valor does have his IE completed as well, so he is a very spooky Yone.
That damage is definitely something to be wary of now.
Yeah.
Gotta keep in mind the itemization difference here.
Yeah, Kindred on the Bork Kraken should do a lot of damage to this tanks, but honestly is very squishy. Is going for a null magic, might be going for the I was talking about earlier, because this Shyvana is fucking him up.
Maul would be good, but I'm wondering if she's willing to sacrifice the attack speed that Kindred needs.
Yeah, I mean they have enough attack speed off Kraken and Bork IMO.
Probably. Yeah, I'd say it's worth it. Maul
Yeah.
wouldn't be a bad pick here, namely just because that Shyvana does lay down some damage. You don't always want to have to use your ult just to save yourself. Plus,
Kindred
with
still
Dark
up 3
Harvest,
marks.
you never know. Maybe. I
Wait,
haven't seen
do you
Kindred
hover it
down
again?
in marks.
Oh, did they just get 4? Let's go. That's a big power spike for Kindred. It's your
Worth
first range
more.
upgrade. So maybe they're able to output a little more in these fights.
So like I'm putting in that side lane pressure with Baron. Gonna draw some
Yeah.
people back. If Ornn can stop their backs or at least delay them, then there's a couple towers here. Maybe even an inhib if they're feeling audacious.
Yeah. Ooh.
Stopping the back. Alright, and it looks like they're gonna take what they got and go ahead and go for it. And it does look like that Kog'Maw is going to be taking the
Crossfire. Okay, wait. Maokai might have a flank here. Sam S is here to potentially turn this fight.
Something big
I'm jumping in.
Jumping in, going for the damage.
Okay.
And the ult does come out
Oh,
with
the
a lot of
nuclear
damage
bomb.
off, and the Lulu ult. Can Valor get here in time?
Okay.
They do force the
Kindred's
Kindred
running
ult, that's pretty good now, but Kog'Maw is going to run down.
Oh.
Did take a fair bit of
Okay.
damage. Can Valor
Valor
make
is
the
here.
difference here? Big
Oh,
ult
the
coming
ulti
in.
over the top! Can they
Takes
kill
the
him?
Lulu out. Can they get the Kog'Maw? He is blinded. He is ignited. Can he get him? He may burn out with Leandri's.
Oh my
Oh, that health.
lord.
1 HP.
Cylakats
Kog'Maw.
just team fighting so cleanly there. Baiting
They do
out
like to
the
draft
Kindred
the
ult.
team fight. They really like that team coordination.
Yeah. The way they played that fight was so smooth. Holding, like, being able to live that long for the Yone ult over the top, kind of crazy.
Yeah. Plus, really pressuring that Kindred while she's caught out, making her waste the ult. Really valuable.
Yeah.
Silicates as well. And while they don't focus the Kog'Maw, they almost don't really need to because even though he is doing a lot of damage, that Moonstone Seraphine is really putting in work, making it really difficult, and the Teemo blinds.
Yeah. Looks like Hextol is going to be picked up from the side of Kathy, or Silicats, and this is arguably the best soul in the game. Pair on top of that with the AP Shyvana, and you just have so much value, like,
gonna be
long range
nasty.
nuclear bombs with slows is not good.
Yeah, and that ability haste is really gonna come in
Yeah.
well.
And Seraphine as well, like, yeah, it makes it so you
Just
don't
that
have to build
built-in
rallies.
slow.
Yeah, for the stun, super valuable. Does Blake have any choice words for the Shirelia's build? Blake, paging, are you here?
Blake
I
check.
personally don't think it's that bad in this game.
Wait, we got here.
Ooh, the ulti over the top.
Ornal misses.
This is the ulti.
Hung
Oh.
is going really deep.
Ulti!
He's
Ah!
punished. Maokai
Seraphine
coming
lives on
in.
one. Yone going back in potentially.
If they
Kog'Maw
can
looks at
secure the
face fighting
Kog'Maw
class.
here, this may
Oh,
be
but the
huge.
Shyvana
Big
damage?
coming from Shyvana.
Okay, wait.
If they can get the Kog'Maw, I'm not space gliding in class.
I will not space glide in
I
class.
will space gliding class. Seraphine does
Oh.
live because it is Seraphine. That upgraded
Yeah, but
Moonshot
honestly,
is
that
a
trade wasn't too bad.
menace. That was a pretty solid trade. 2 for 2. Neither team gets Baron Cryo coming up here.
Yeah.
Because
Uh,
Kog'Maw is up and Yone is up. If they lose either or, this could be big.
yeah,
This could
looks
turn
like
it
he is
around,
going for the
or
Titanic
Silicates
Hydra
could
here,
blow it.
which is super valid. It granted him so much survivability in that fight
Bonding
with
is
the Giant
really
Spell.
valuable. If Maokai can lock down Yone here, and
Yeah.
Kog'Maw can burst him down, this would be really big.
Agreed.
Horn is scary though. Let's see. Sage
Yeah.
is pulling out the ult.
Oh.
And you get the Kog'Maw. It looks
Oh,
like
they
he
get
will.
both. That's huge. Well played from
And
Valor
that
and Joey
is
there.
almost certainly Baron Cryo secured, although Kog'Maw's passive does take a chunk out of everyone. So if Hongbaba can do a chain here, he might be able to pick up some really nasty stuff. Yes, we will.
Yeah,
have
but
to
the
see if
Death
they're
Stance
willing to
healing
give
just
Baron.
gives Valor so much tankiness. Oh my
He is
lord.
14 and 7 now, really exercising his damage.
Yeah, going for
Valor
GA
is
next,
pretty
I
good.
like this a lot. Like, it just makes you unkillable in every fight. It's kind of gross.
Yeah, really taking that durability early with Death Stance and then going IE and now going for even more durability, really trying to play anti-burst, understanding what their team's strengths are.
Agreed. The wits end from Sam. No, I feel like Maul's better here.
The
but-
maw. Oh, the misery.
Basically. But I can understand it. It's like more on-hit damage, and this is a more on-hit Kindred build.
Yeah,
So
Wits End really like because Kindred profits so much from attack speed, so
Yeah.
it really is necessary. But like
it's
Maw-
less anti-burst. It's less
Right.
anti-burst versus
the maw would be
Shyvana.
good. It would give you the anti-burst. It would give you that omni vamp, so you might
Yeah.
be able to stand yourself for a bit more. But I understand What's In gives you the attack speed, the move speed, the on-hit damage. It's all really nice for Kindred things that
Agreed.
you can use. But I am wondering, are they gonna ARAM this?
Oh, a little bit of ego fighting from Silica.
The jungle is swarming at the moment
Yeah.
with shrooms.
Okay.
Oh,
Samus looking to
looks
play
like
his
he's trying to
ranges.
burn down Ornn, but not enough
Oh,
damage.
Silica gets the 1v1. Oh, but the
Silica
blood
gets
coming
caught
out.
here.
Oh,
That
but the
was forced to
ulti!
Kindred.
Ah!
Oh my god.
Oh, that was a very unfortunate fucking Kindred
That
ulti.
was incredibly clean, but taking fights in the jungle against these team fight ults in a
Yeah.
hero choke point.
And it looks like
very-
that's just the game. Oh my
Yeah,
lord.
I think that's the game. I don't think Maokai can hold them off.
Well played from Cylakats here. A very bloody game though. Kathy's almost
Very-
brought it back.
Yeah, back and forth in the early game, but the team fight and the draft just ends up running
Yeah.
away with it, and that is Silica's playoff series. That was
Let's
really
go!
good. That was really impressive. I'm very happy to see that end. That AP Shyvana did work.
Put in work, yeah. Although I will say, I think MVP goes to Valor this game.
I think
like,
it has to, because even though Jonah did really put out the damage, those team fight ults from Valor
from
really
he literally
sticking it
carried
out.
every fight with those
Grit his
ultis.
teeth
Like,
in the early game and said, "Yeah, the Tristana might be getting me now, but I will have my revenge." Very
Yeah.
much did.
insane series from Sylakats, proving their dominance as the second place team. We'd love to see it.
I think their draft is really impressive. Really picking these team fight centric ultimates. They're getting their comfort picks. They're understanding what they need to ban. And after that last game, I think their confidence really did just propel them a little bit more forward.
I will say, on the side of Kathy's, I feel like they did play to their win cons decently. I feel like they just got a little bit outplayed in terms of draft in the second game, at least.
Right.
The Seraphine pick, 3 ADCs is not a lot of lockdown for Yone.
Right.
So it's like a very difficult draft to play out for them. But I think they put up a great show versus them. Like the how close those fights were, considering how bad the drafts were. Like
in the first game and the second game, I think Kathy's did really well. Even though in the first game it was a bit of a gap, I think they still did well. I think Kathy's players played to their strengths. They had their comfort picks. Okay. And while 3 ADCs doesn't particularly bode well for their comp, nobody did particularly bad. Hong really did well, though. I will need someone to check his PayPal to make sure nothing scandalous.
No nefarious actions were taken.
And the Cylakats sweep. Very impressive from both sides.
Dean, are you still here? Dina's not here.
Hey, sorry,
well.
I had my mic muted. Hello.
So
Yeah.
I'm
What's
trying to,
up?
I'm trying to see if we can get. Oh, Joey said I guess. Okay. Or is summoning him?
Wait, but we said Valor was
No,
MVP, huh?
but Joey gets it for the first game, right? So then, or no, not Joey.
Yeah,
in
true.
theory, I'm trolling. Sorry, Joey.
Huh?
Joey
He's
did.
in the call.
Yes.
yeah, I've been casting.
Okay, sorry.
'cause
My brain
I
is
gave,
my
I
brain
gave
is
Joey
rotted.
the torch, and I said, all right.
My brain is rotted. Joey, I meant to drag Joey for an interview last time, so I'll
No,
drag
it's
him
okay.
to
I have
Valor
smooth
after.
brain. It's okay.
Hello, Joey.
Hello, Joey.
What's up, Joey?
Your team railed on me last time for not dragging you, so you get it this time.
Yeah, my Cho'Gath game kind of crazy.
True.
All
Hello.
right, so I mean, we could have like a hot seat between Joey and Sam. It could be funny, but we'll run it one at a time. So Joey, as someone who subbed in later on into the series, what was the morale like when the Teemo pick got locked in? Were y'all just like hyping it up, having a great time, or did you guys think it was like a strategic move that would outscale them in draft?
I would say it was a little of both. Obviously it's a comfort pick for Silico. He loves the Teemo, and he was 100% confident in his ability to do it. And of course, we all trust him. 100%
Based.
confidence in him as a player. So we said go for it. And of course, after seeing 3 ADCs, the Teemo blind is just the best thing to have there.
Agreed.
Very true. He did a solo kill Will towards the end of the game. That was kind of based.
True.
The ornaments coming in clutch. I feel like some of those team fights are getting close at the end. I don't know. What's your take on the value that Ornn gives your team there?
I just think honestly the stats that the Ornn items give in general so good. Like the Moonstone stats, crazy, but also just his team fighting capabilities. You saw that last fight, the Ornn ult into the Seraphine ult. Like
Yeah, it's kind of
the
gross.
wombo potential that Ornn has is crazy, and I don't understand why more people don't play him.
Yeah, that's
Agreed.
true. I think
That's
another thing
fair.
that was really pivotal in that game that I don't know if we touched on too much is that Seraphine just kind of obliterates Kindred, because you can just
True.
kind of charm her entire team out of the Kindred ulti, and then full combo them. And I
Agreed.
think your Ornn ults did a lot of setting up for those ultimates, which kind of came in clutch.
Yeah, your guys' team fights were gross. Like the ultis on top of ultis is kind of insane.
Disgusting team fight potential there, especially since like most people are so preoccupied with the Maokai type picks that they don't expect Ornn to really pull his weight, and he very much did so. That was very impressive.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yep. And then a couple more questions. You guys are moving on to winners finals, which will either be against Kitten Grooming Service or Mima's Kittens. Is there a team that you would prefer to play there, or do you just want to not think about it too much and then just scout the team once the result is decided?
I mean, ideally, we just scout the team once they get picked, but I gotta throw some fire up
Okay.
in here. All I'm saying is, the number 1 seed hasn't gone against our full starting team.
True.
Okay.
have
Okay.
not.
Okay.
And all the games without our full starting teams have still been close. Very close games.
Okay.
I might object to that second point.
From what I can remember. I don't have the best memory.
You know what? No. We like that fire. We like
Yeah,
that fire. I agree.
I mean,
All
I'm
I'm
just
saying
sitting
is
back. I think we
don't
gapped
count
you
us
in a game
out.
or two. Yeah.
Just don't count us out. That's all I
Alright.
have to say.
Yeah, I mean, okay, I guess add to the drama. Kitten Grooming Services has played Mima's Kittens twice, 2 best of 1s, and they're 1-1 against them. Do you even think they'll make it out?
Just like in Worlds, anything can happen. Anything can happen. You just can't
True.
predict the next faker of the Scrim Zone. We don't know who that is.
True.
Yeah, it's Valor. I can say it. Wait, Valor's asking to be dragged, so.
Okay, Sam first. All right, Joey. Good talking to you. See you in a bit. All right, Sam. Converse question. I feel like you played really well in the Amumu. Kindred game did not go so hot. 3 marks at 25 minutes. How are you feeling at that point? That's my only
I
question about
Kindred-
this series. Try not to rub too much salt in the wound.
Yeah, I feel like my Kindred is pretty bad, and it's also pretty rusty, which is not a good combo, you know.
That's fair.
I think I could have done like a lot more that game, but I just wasn't really hitting stuff, you know. I like the Amuma game one. I think game one went pretty well for us, like towards the end, especially. We had kind of the beginnings of a comeback going on,
Yeah.
especially given how things started. And so I think we all felt pretty good about that. And then game two, we just never quite got our footing as much.
Was there any consideration on the Trundle pick into Shyvana?
Yeah, we thought about Trundle. I think the legend was kind of that, you know, Kindred was the big Shyvana counter, which I think it is in theory, but my
Yeah.
Kindred's just not quite there. So yeah, I think in the future we'll look for something different, or I'll just, you know, practice Kindred more and get better.
Okay,
But
I like that.
yeah, there was some discussion of Trundle. I think that's in my repertoire, so I wouldn't be surprised to see that in the future.
Okay.
Right. And then the converse question of what I asked Joey. You guys are moving into losers semis. Out of Kitten Grooming Service and Mima's Kittens, is there a team you'd prefer to face, or are there any words you'd like to say to either team in case you do match up?
You know, I think we have a shot no matter who we face. Like even if we start off behind, like I think if you look at game one, it's kind of like that's what our team can do well. Is like even when we start out behind, we pull it together some way or another and make it a little bit of a fight.
Okay.
And so like yeah, I think against Mima's Kittens, I think we beat them recently, right?
Yes, I think
Yes.
so.
I think you have beaten
Yeah.
them twice. I don't think you've lost to them.
Oh, great. I mean, yeah, I'm down to play against them again then.
Let's
I
go.
like revenge.
Call them
I
easy.
feel-
Call them garbage. Go. Anyways.
No, I feel pretty confident that like we haven't had our last one of the season yet.
Yeah.
And that we'll be in losers semis at the very or losers
Finals.
Losers
at the very
finals.
least. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
I
okay.
am looking the stats real quick. You won the first game against them 1-0, and the last
and then I
match you
think we
played
won our
against them
previous one.
was a 2-1 victory with a rough middle game.
Yeah. Our one was a bit of a funny pick angle in the middle game. So
Yeah.
we'll take away
Alright.
the middle game and kind of just stick with the first and third next time.
Okay, okay. We
That would
like
be
that.
big.
If they win though, like hey, if they win, I think, you know, our good friends the one seed will be very demoralized going down into losers bracket, and we'll take advantage of that and, you know, just make it a clean 2-0.
Understood. Okay.
Based. You're
If-
so based
if
today.
we
My
lose,
God.
I'm holding you to that.
Someone write that down. Write that down.
Write that down. Clip it, go.
Oh my god. All right, I will have to send you off on your merry little way and pull Valor
That's
back
good.
in here. He has been begging me, so talk to you soon.
Oh, I'm ready for it.
All right, Valor, are we doing chems? Are we whipping out the?
That's up to you.
Let's go.
Oh my gosh. Insane Yone game, by the way. Props to you for that one.
Yo, first off, if I'm the faker of the league, then Hung Baba on Tristana is my showmaker. That was such a painful laning phase. When I thought they took Tristana, I was like, okay, this is Trist ADC. So I was like, Yone's safe here. And then I realized that after I picked it, I was like, I'm going against Trist mid as Yone. This matchup sucks early game for Yone. It's so bad. I can't farm at all. And he just abused every single time I stepped forward for any CS. And it was like not happening. But I knew that the mid game was going to be fine.
Yeah, I mean, in draft, I was not talking, but I did know that it was going to be Trist mid. I remember last time we interviewed Hong about the game, he said that he went top to play Vayne because Victor was banned, and that meant he didn't have to play Victor because he was going to be told to do that. And his two options were Trist mid or Vayne top. So we saw the Vayne top already. I figured the Trist mid was probably coming. Obviously, it was a tough matchup for you. He got really fed, but you guys were able to clutch it out. So I think fair play against them. Same questions I asked Joey. Is there a team you'd prefer to face out of Kitten Grooming Service or Mima's Kittens? And do you have any words to either of those teams in case you do meet?
Kittens Grooming Service. I want to face them because I want to show that we can beat them. I feel like as much as our previous series do not show that as much, We also have a third series that people don't know about that we scrimmed, and it was kind of with subs, and it wasn't like full rosters. So I think that it's going to be the best matchup for us to go against because I definitely think it's the toughest competition, but that's something we want to secure at the end of this season is a defeat over you guys.
Hype
Sounds good.
matchup. Hype
I like
matchup.
that. I honestly
Maybe
low-key
shit our
forget a
guy.
little bit about that matchup. I feel like we had some subs. I think it went pretty poorly. I remember Mason played some Belveth. We basically ended the game at 17 minutes and then just lost. So I don't know if the Belveth will make a return. I don't know what champions I played then. Maybe it's like Misfortune Ezreal. Who knows? But
Right. I don't remember.
you know, I think you have a point there. I think you guys had more of your roster put together there, so could be interesting to see how similar to that it goes. But I think not having Eric was actually a huge loss for us there. Shout out Eric. I know he did not win any season awards. I think that's a scam, but I think he adds a lot to our team. So
Didn't you rig yourself in the first place over Silico though?
yeah, but he needed support. So
Sheesh.
but you know, so I think it'll be a good series.
Yep.
I'm excited. If we do meet at some point, who knows? I think if we end up losing our game, we can always make the comeback, play you in grands. So, or maybe if we lose to Mimos, they beat you too. We get to play in losers finals. So who knows?
True.
Mimas were 2-0ing.
We like that confidence, baby. Let's go.
True. I mean, we lose to Mimos, you would never, certainly. So.
In our draft, we are literally discussing. Like, we started off, they're like, "Oh, Valor, what are you thinking about playing tonight?" And I'm like, "What have I not played yet?"
That's so based. That's so based. Let's go.
At like 120 games, I have to have 100 champions played.
Jack of all
That's so
trades.
good. That's
crazy.
so good.
I think you and Cam are like racing for that. Like,
Oh, is Cam up there?
Cam.
Oh yeah, Cam has a super high
Yeah.
wide champion pool. So
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. Exciting stuff. Hopefully our game gets scheduled early enough next week that we don't cause any delays. But I believe some orchestral stuff and some midterms are
finale stuff.
causing
Yeah.
some issues. But we should be
You
able to
guys
clutch
also
it
have
out.
coming up, don't you?
Hmm?
That's for the finals though. We'll probably be through this already by then.
Oh no, I meant for well, we aren't able to play our game this week, so we're trying to get it as early as possible next week. But
Oh, that's fine. We're going to New York this weekend. so-
right. Yeah, I mean, I think it's busy for
We'll be
everyone.
there.
I know I'm traveling for semis, and then we're doing the meetup at finals. So scheduling might
Yep.
get a little rough. I think as long as we finish the season before preseason, we're good, right?
Oh my god. That-
We go into
the
finals, the
meta is
fucking jungle
so
pet
stuck.
shows up. All right, Valor is gone, so swap back over. But thanks everyone for tuning into the stream. Thank you to my co-casters.
Oh my
for
gosh,
helping
Dean
me
is
out.
split. That was so funny.
I came back. My whole computer lagged for a second. What's going on?
Uh,
Try
I
to
beat us after the series.
true.
They're like, funny internet package came a bit too late, but oh well.
We're still gonna do it.
All right, GG's.
GG's.
Good luck in your next game, unless against us, in which case, mediocre luck. I'm not gonna say bad luck.
Yeah, good luck.
Yeah, best of luck to you. You'll need
Yeah.
it.
Oh,
Thanks,
that's
bro.
so true.
Damn.
All right, I'll end it on that note. Peace.
Later.